We'll welcome you back to what's been a little bit of a break as we welcome you back from the All-Star break. Conejo Oaks baseball back here at George Sparky Anderson Field as Conejo Oaks play host to the guys just above them in the CCL standings, the Santa Barbara Foresters. Austin Gregory here alongside Josh Mechanic, Sammy Holliday, and Cameron Deck. And the Oaks looking to get back to winning ways after dropping their last two before the break. So first, it's going to start with the man who's back on the mound for the first time in quite some time. Josh, what can you tell us about today's starter, Donovan Waitman?
Well, for Donovan Waitman, he hasn't pitched since June 22nd against the Philippines national team. We saw him exit with an elbow injury. So glad to see him back here in just a month's time. But when he was playing with the Oaks, threw a lot of strikes. In his lone start for the Oaks, he went 4 shutout innings against the Riptide, picking up the W. So for him, just keep throwing strikes. He's only going to be allowed to go 2 innings today, they said. So just keep within the strike zone and limit the damage.
Yeah, and it's just about trying to play their baseball, forgetting about the last 2 games because there's a couple failed comeback attempts coming up just short. I talked to T.C. Simmons yesterday at the All-Star game, and I said thanks for ripping out our hearts on Sunday, and he laughed. But Sammy, what are some keys for the Oaks to get back to winning ways today?
Well, this is it right here. These are the 2 best teams in the South and the Foresters, so they're not going to give you anything. So you got to execute every facet of the game today. You got to take good at bats. You got to play good defense, and we got to pitch good today. If we can do that, play Oaks baseball, we'll have a very good shot to win this game.
And Donovan Waitman starts today off against Miguel Santos, who was named the offensive MVP of the CCL Showcase game last night after he crushed a home run off of the scoreboard down in Compton in the top of the 9th inning. Much like the Major League All-Star game, not too much excitement except for one monster home run, and in both cases, both guys end up getting the MVP award. That one misses up at the 3-0 count out of Miguel Santos.
There was 2 home runs in the in the MLB All-Star game.
Yeah, but it wasn't exciting. You know what I'm saying?
There was back-to-back homers, nothing else the rest of the game.
Yeah, no.
The most exciting part was the players being mic'd up.
Yeah. Now, the best part was Clausen in the 9th.
The NL,
straight cutters.
the NL went like hitless for like, what, 7 innings or something like that?
From the 2nd till like the 8th.
Yeah, it was a little boring. But anyways, 3-1 now to Miguel Santos, who fouls that one back. Miguel Santos, one of the CCL leading 8 All-Stars for the Santa Barbara Foresters, more than any other team. The Oaks right behind them with 7. And the Oaks had plenty of success last night, that's for sure. Scoring the game-winning run was Tyler Gannis. Driving in the game-winning run was A.J. Salgado, and you only needed 1 run because the CCL North got shut out last night. A nice pitching display from Alexander Rivas, who pitched in the 2nd inning, hit his first batter, then picked him off at first base, struck out the next guy, got a pop-up. Andrew Lucas, a couple ground balls, and a nice strikeout in his 1 inning of work in the 8th inning. Tough night, though, for A.J. Salgado getting rung up. It was Zach Daudet, who also had a good night, getting a couple walks. Carrillo walked. Grant had one of his usual crush the baseball, but unfortunately right to somebody. A couple of nice defensive plays. We saw Gavin Grant get mic'd up. It was just a good night for the Oaks, and glad all 7 guys had a good night. Saw a signature. My favorite part of the night, personally, Tyler Gannis hit by a pitch, bat flip.
Yeah.
And said, "Let's go, baby."
Love that.
Got that on video. I was happy about that. Beautiful breaker there from Donovan Waitman, who battled back 3-0 against Santos to get him striking out swinging.
Talking about AJ last night, those were some horrendous calls.
Oh, they were awful.
In the right-handed batter's box.
The second one was, I couldn't believe it.
Both pitches. So his first strike call would be bad, and then the 3rd strike call would be bad.
Yeah.
And Andrew Lucas only needed 8 pitches to get out of the 8th.
Yeah.
Pretty dominant stuff.
Hit in 96 again.
Yeah, I was hoping he was going to win the Pitcher of the Game award.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to beat Matt Maloney in anything, though. So.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And there was 3 total MVPs. Matt Maloney of the OC Riptide was named
Outstanding
pitcher.
Players.
Is that what they said it?
Outstanding players. It was outstanding offensive player, outstanding pitcher, and outstanding defensive player.
Got him. Oh.
That's going to be ruled safe there. Ground ball to Zach Daudet. Pulls Colin Hynek up off the bag, and he's unable to get back down on it in time. So Hudson White is able to reach on what will be ruled a throwing error on Zach Daudet.
Third baseman, number 4, Kevin Buzzell.
And so the outstanding defensive player was Kyson Donahue of the Saints. So the South swept the entire night, but arguably could have given defensive to Kamayu Neighbors from the Barons, who made an exquisite leaping grab to end the ball game at second base, which could have potentially tied the game with 2 runners on. Strike one there to Kevin Buzzell.
Yeah, that catch by Neighbors was unbelievable. He got up so high.
Incredible. Yeah, I mean, going back to Salgado, you guys had a better angle on TV than we did. Because I was next to the dugout, and everybody was astonished in the South dugout, and just no clue what was happening with that one.
It was really all game, though. It was a wide strike zone.
It was bad.
Yeah.
It's a fair way of putting it.
Tough look. Tough look for the umpires. It was funny hearing the broadcasters talking about the pitchers painting corners.
Yeah. Painting the white
like,
on the other batter's box,
yeah,
maybe.
I was like, we're painting the kitchen right now, and these guys are in the bathroom painting. Like, we're like not even close right here.
1-2 now to Kevin Buzzell, also an all-star for the Foresters this year. That one just misses away. The defensive alignment with Donovan Waitman, his partner today will be Brendan Durfee, who makes his return behind the dish after having his last few starts over at first, which flip-flops with the guy who's had his last few starts behind the plate. Colin Hynek's at first. Jack Brooks, Gavin Grant keep occupying that middle infield, as they'll be a second baseman and shortstop. Gavin Grant played second last night, so he'll return to short today. And Zach Daudet over at third, where he played last night. And then from left to right in the outfield, it's Austin Carrillo, Raul Sandoval, and then today in right is Noah Karliner. Runner goes. That one's fouled back.
For Hudson White, that was just his second stolen base attempt of the summer. He's just 1 for 1 in stolen bases. Only recently joined the team this past week. His first game with the Foresters was July 15th, and he's played in 4 games for them.
Got the first look at Rink on that foul ball there. Freshly cut, freshly shaven.
It looks good.
He looks good.
That one just misses away. Count runs full now.
Both these last 2 pitches would have been strikes last night.
Yeah, I think they could have gone a little bit more outside,
Yeah.
and they still would have gotten the call last
Yeah.
night. Huge lead over at first.
There you go.
Runner goes. That one fouled away again.
For Waitman in his first start back, of course, only going 2 innings today. You don't want to see him throwing too many pitches, but these Forester hitters have already worked the count against him, and he's coming up on his 20th pitch.
Delivers the 3-2. That one misses inside. A walk to Buzzell.
This isn't an easy lineup to navigate by any means. Foresters have a very good lineup. Foresters and the Oaks been by far the 2 best teams in the South. And besides the Prune Packers, no offense really comes close to how the Foresters and Oaks have been playing all summer.
Yeah, you mentioned that lineup, Sammy. These first 4 hitters are all hitting .325 or better.
Gavin Cash, another one of the all-stars for the Foresters, takes strike one.
Cash has 8 home runs this summer.
3 came in 1 game against the Oaks.
Yep.
We got no footage of that.
No,
No.
we don't.
We would have burned it anyway.
A nice pitch there from Waitman. He gets Cash chasing the change up downstairs. And it was interesting to see how aggressive Hudson White was being over there at first base. He's only played in 4 games, those being the last 4 games for the Foresters, so a late addition to their roster, and he's only tried to steal a base once this summer. And he was successful, but
what?
clearly he doesn't have the scouting report on the arm behind the plate.
Pretty good arm behind the dish today.
Yeah. 0-2 now to Cash after that foul ball. Another 0-2 delivery from Waitman. That one's hammered out to right field. That ball is gone. So a quick 3-0 lead for the Foresters as Gavin Cash cashes in once again for the Foresters and make it 9 home runs on the season now for Gavin Cash as he continues to haunt the Oaks pitching staff.
Cash now also leads all of the CCL, both North and South, in RBIs with 36.
Catcher number 23, Nathan Rappa.
Mistake there from Waitman. He had Cash 0-2 and left a fastball right there for Cash to just hammer into right center field, into that jet stream, and right off the bat you had a bad feeling that ball was gone.
Yeah, it just kept going and going once it got up in the wind. Brings Nate Rum back to the plate now. Take that one up, 2-0 to him now.
Waitman not feeling good. He pointed to that elbow again right now.
I think Danny Velos would be next to take the mound.
Yeah, they said it would be Waitman for 2 and then Velos until they went to the bullpens, but it looks like it'll be.
If Waitman comes out now due to injury, Danny Velos will have as much time as he needs to warm up. At least that's what they do in the majors. I'm sure they do the same here.
Yeah.
Trainer Yosh, he's coming out now.
Donovan's shaking his head.
Yeah,
Really hate to see this.
he's going to be done. So we'll see if it is Danny Velos who ends up coming out. We'll wait. I'll let you guys know who's going to come in. And then we'll step aside once we see who's coming in for that. We can let the pitcher take the time to warm up.
Dang.
Yeah, it's a tough one for Donovan Waitman. Finally felt good enough to try and throw some live game stuff for the first time since the injury all the way back in June, but unable to only record 1 out before the elbow starts bothering him again. And it will be Danny Velos who comes out. So we'll step aside while Danny Velos comes to the mound and see what he can do for the Oaks. Already down 3 here in the top of the first inning. We'll be back while we're away. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't done so already, and check out all the Oaks social media platforms. We'll be back once Danny Velos is ready to throw.
Now we're back.
Danny Velos is now in and ready to go after he was given as much time as he needs to coming into this game for Donovan Waitman, who's hurt. 3-1 now to Nate Rumback, who Velos inherited a 2-0 count on. He walks Rumback, obviously inherited a 2-0 count there, so not easy to fight back from, and this will bring another all-star in Griffin Everett to the plate.
This entire lineup's all-stars, I feel like.
Danny was allowed to warm up as long as he wanted, but there is a little bit of pressure on you to get warmed up as quick as possible because you don't want to feel like you're lagging, causing a delay on the game. So maybe he wasn't ready throwing those 2 balls. Looked like he overthrew a couple fastballs, as that one was a little overthrown too. So just wondering, maybe Danny didn't take the full amount of time he needed to warm up there.
Yeah, it's really just a tough mindset thing. You know, he expected to be coming in for the 3rd inning, not only 1 out in the top of the 1st inning. So wasn't entirely ready. He was just sitting relaxing on the bench, getting locked in, and now he has to jump in here quickly and still trying to find the zone with that fastball as it's 2-0 now to Griffin Everett. I want to say Griffin Everett was the catcher for Alexander Rivas last night.
I believe he was.
Yeah, I believe so too.
That one misses up.
I think they had 3 catchers on the roster last night.
That's probably
I
right.
think Everett went 3, and then the catcher for the Blues, can't remember which catcher on the Blues caught 3. Then I think Cooper Harris for the Saints caught 7, 8, 9.
I think it was Shamela.
Yeah, it was Shamela.
4-pitch walk, now to Griffin Everett, which brings another all-star to the plate, Hunter Ensley. There's 5 total in the batting order today for the Foresters.
Yeah, Ensley is hitting just below 400, one of the leading hitters in the CCL, hitting 387, which isn't even their leading hitter because Miguel Santos is hitting 390. So 2 guys 387 or higher.
And then there's Tyler Gannis, who's hitting 430. That one gets the outside part of the plate.
As deep as the Oaks lineup is, the Foresters just as deep.
Yeah.
A lot of talented guys on both teams here.
Both teams have 2 guys top 5 in average in the league, which is pretty incredible.
2 from each team.
Yep.
Zach and Tyler for us, and then Santos and
Ensley.
It's pretty remarkable stuff there. 4 out of the top 5 hitters are in today's game. Gannis obviously not starting, but
On the roster,
I'd imagine Gannis will get into the ball game eventually.
if it's close. Yeah.
0-2 now.
Yeah.
Good pitch.
Nice front door slider there from Danny Velos for strike number 3. Gets Ensley down looking, and I don't know if it's when you go to the main page for CCL leaders, it shows Bazell and Santos as the 2 and 3 behind Gannis, but then if you like click this little thing that says view more average, then it has Santos then Ensley. So I don't know which one's the accurate one.
I don't know.
That one misses away to Sebastian Ordono.
And we mentioned how this Foresters lineup stacked with talent, a lot of guys playing D1 in Omaha. Sebastian Orduno was actually the last out of the College World Series this year for Oklahoma to end the College World Series. Jackson Lapiner let me know that today. They were teammates together a couple years ago.
Interesting that he's wearing orange batting gloves.
Yeah, he goes to Oklahoma. It's not really
It's their rivals' colors.
Yeah.
Both of their rivals' colors.
It's not that burnt orange though.
Yeah, it's more that.
More of a fluorescent
That
orange.
pokes orange.
It's kind of like a Tennessee orange, which is
Those Vols.
also weird though.
Maybe he found them at.
Oklahoma's
in
going to
Omaha.
the SEC, right? Soon.
Yeah, I think so.
Oklahoma and Texas going to the SEC.
Yeah, when does that start?
24, I think.
24, yeah.
A 2-1 now to Ordono.
Orduno,
my apologies, as he flares that one out to left. Austin Carrillo will settle under it for out number 3. So it's 3 runs that come across in the top half of the first inning. Donovan Waitman unfortunately picks up the elbow injury once again, and the Oaks will come to play with their first opportunity with Carrillo, Grant, and Daudet, the top 3 in the order today. We'll be back.
Holy fucking shit. One of you fuckers.
I think it was me with the hat.
Yeah, that was him. I heard it through here after I took it off.
The two-way guy.
Jordan has 3 RBIs in the first game back.
You get a bomb?
He did, but he just did a 2-run double.
Since when is that an age?
Oh, yeah. It's ridiculous. What about it?
It's just weird. Like, why?
Those are the kids who are here. They're 9U team. Yeah, he's pitched against us.
He's also hit against us. No, he hasn't pitched against us. He's only hit against us. We just recognize his name because he's been in the starting lineup. He's a two-way guy. It's weird, yeah. That's what I thought too. He's gonna throw a lot of strikes.
They're getting sent to the moon, Domingo Herman. Huh? That's Sammy's fault.
For the Oaks left fielder, number 4, Austin Carrillo.
Austin Carrillo, the leadoff hitter today, with Tyler Gannis. A little bit of a stiff back today, so we'll see if Gannis comes in at any point, but probably getting the day off.
Did that happen yesterday during the game for Tyler?
That's been going on for a while.
Peyton Tolley, starting pitcher for the Foresters, is a two-way guy, so the Oaks haven't seen him on the mound yet, but we've seen him at the plate a few times.
Quickly misses on 2 pitches to Carrillo. That one almost got him. Chop that one up the middle. Tough play. Able to make the play over there at second is Hudson White for out number 1.
Shortstop number 34.
How tall is
Gavin
Tolley listed at?
Grant.
Gotta be what, like 6'6"?
6'6".
6'6", 250.
Massive.
Hey, that's got to be, for a guy like Austin Carrillo, that lefty-lefty matchup with how tall Tolley is, how downhill he's throwing. That's got to be so tough.
First pitch foul there from Gavin Grant.
The Oaks got 3 of their 5 all-star hitters hitting 1 through 3 in the lineup today.
That one just misses. Up and away. That one misses down 2-1 to Gavin Grant now.
Grant and Gannis were the only 2 Oaks to start in the field. Salgado started at DH. And then obviously Rivas and Lucas both came out of the bullpen, along with Carrillo and Daudet off the bench.
2-2 now to Grant. That one just misses in. Count runs full. Grant will foul that full count pitch away. A great at bat there from Gavin Grant as he works a walk.
Really good job there by Grant on those borderline pitches, taking them or fouling them off. And that last 3-2 pitch just missed outside. Good discipline from him to leave it and take the walk.
Let's bring Zach Daudet in. Tolley will throw over the first. No lead big enough though for Gavin Grant as he just steps right back on the first. That one misses inside the Daudet.
And Tolley is a guy whose shortest start this summer has been, his shortest outing, I should say, has been 4 2/3. So definitely a strike thrower, won't walk too many guys. The Oaks need to continue to have those disciplined at-bats like Grant.
Daudet takes strike one. Daudet chops that one back to Tolley on the mound. Will fire to first for out number 2.
Threw a bit of a sinker ball over to first.
Catcher number 27, Reddick.
Yeah, that ball dropped. This is a sidearm throw to first. Just dropped. Hoping that it was going to eat up Cash over there, but it didn't.
Let's bring Brendan Durfee to the plate now, currently tied with Zach Daudet for the team lead in RBIs in CCL play.
Durfee's another guy who definitely was in contention to play in that showcase game yesterday.
Take ball 1. Yeah, it's kind of just a situation of Durfee just having those 2 big games in a row, the walk-off 2-run single and then the home run and 4 for 6 ball game with some more RBIs against Secco that really exploded his season, which was after the nominations were submitted. 1-1 now.
And that's also why our coaching staff was coaching, right? Because we were ahead of the Foresters.
That's correct. But I mean, all the head coaches, with the exception of a few, were there last night.
Oh.
2-1 now as Durfee has to dance out of the way of that one. Durfee shoots that one to shallow left. Diving play is unable to get there. Will score Gavin Grant, an RBI double for Brendan Durfee.
Yeah, the ball had a lot of tail there off the bat of Durfee, and we saw the left fielder Ensley kind of slow up a bit. Not sure if he thought that the ball was going to keep and stop tailing, and he thought that he was there, but he slowed up a bit, which is what cost him. He ended up having to lay out for a ball that he wasn't close to catching.
I've seen Durfee do that quite a bit this summer. Not afraid to take a ball the other way. Picks himself up an RBI double there.
Yeah, that's when he's at his best, when he's hitting the ball the other way.
That one just misses up to Noah Karliner, who could tie up this game with one swing of the bat.
That 4-hit day that Durfee had the other day, 3 of the 4 hits were to center fielder the opposite way.
That one just misses down. 2-0 now to Karliner.
Karliner, another guy who really just takes the ball wherever it's pitched.
Hold up on that one. That's ruled a strike on the inside part of the plate. Karliner didn't really agree with that one, which is fair because Trackman shows it's inside. 2-1 to him now. Pops that one straight back over our head. Count goes even at 2. As that one's thrown away.
Not a very good look after a foul ball. Just throw it past the pitcher.
Two now to Karliner. Swings and misses. So the Oaks get one back of the 3 that Donovan Waitman gave up on the home run to Gavin Cash in the first. Head top second, the Oaks now trail by 2. welcome you back now as the only guy yet to hit today for the Forsters is Josh Stinson as he steps in now against Danny Velos. Squares the bunt. That one's way up out of the zone, and Stinson tries to chase it and ends up just fouling it off to the left side.
Yeah, that's an impossible pitch to bunt, really. You can't get on top of that. If you're going to keep the bat out there, your only chance would be on a squeeze, just getting it down in fair territory. You can't get a hit on there.
Daudet weighing on the grass now. Stinson swings away and ends up ripping it by Daudet because of that, which allows Stinson to get in there with the stand-up double to lead off the inning.
Good piece of hitting there from Stinson. Just turned on a baseball. Got it down the line.
Miguel Santos.
Miguel Santos struck out swinging to begin the ball game after being 3-0, and then Donovan Waitman battled back. So shoot that one to Jack Brooks off his hands at second, and Brooks will fire to first, but it moves Stinson over the third for out number 1.
Second baseman number 20, Hudson White.
And we'll take this time to welcome our special guest onto the broadcast. Now former member of the Conejo Oaks, future member of the Detroit Tigers, Garrett Apker.
Hey,
how's it going today?
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here and support the guys.
Yeah, great to have you back out here.
Obviously, a big weekend for you. Probably something you dreamed of for a long time. Obviously, you know, we were hoping you got your name called, and the draft process ended up signing afterwards after going undrafted. But when you got that call, knowing that some point from now you'll be playing in Detroit, you obviously got some stops on the way there. Just how great of a feeling was it for you?
Definitely, it was an awesome experience to share with my family. Just to have them around during the whole time and just enjoy it with them. And it was an exhilarating process just watching the draft, name not getting called, and then getting calls from Detroit and Chicago to sign free agent, which was awesome.
So once that draft process is over, how soon after did you get those calls?
So I got calls actually towards the end of the draft, probably the last 3 rounds, saying that I'm not going to get picked up, but they do have the free agent deals for me. And I signed, the draft probably ended around 2 o'clock, and I ended up officially verbally agreeing at 6:30.
Oh, okay, so it's pretty quickly.
Yeah. Yeah, but I fly out to Lakeland, Florida on Tuesday and get acquainted out there. They got dorms and a cafeteria, which is awesome. So try to put on some weight, you know.
Is that at like a practice facility or what?
I believe it's just their their boot camp and spring training facility out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll be under like orientation for the first few weeks, and we'll get on the field after like 3 or 4 days and just try to come out with a bang and make a great first impression.
That'll be cool.
So obviously, you know, you're fortunately for us, obviously fortunately for you because of how things ended up going this weekend. Short-lived summer with the Oaks. 7 innings of shutout baseball. Only, 12 strikeouts across 7 innings. Obviously only made the 2 appearances, but what'd you learn in your short time? Obviously, you got a former MLB pitcher as your pitching coach when you're here. So how much did you pick up in just those few weeks when you're here with the Oaks that you're going to continue carrying with you as you go to your professional career now?
Yeah, Coach Radinsky, he was actually alumni from Simi High. So I've known about him for a long time, but when I first showed up my first day here, that was when I first met him. And it was awesome just to talk with him, pick his mind. All the coaches are really good and really knowledgeable, and the guys are all great here. I mean, they come from different schools around the country. Just different environments, and this is definitely a different environment here with the Oaks than I had at college, which was really awesome to experience. But it's a memory that I'm never gonna forget because it helped me climb the last few steps of that ladder to get where I wanted to be.
Danny Velos gets the strikeout there for out number 2 on Hudson White. Josh Stinson did score on a wild pitch that was just out of the reach of Brendan Durfee a few pitches ago, which brings Kevin Bazell to the plate now. He walked and came around the score on the home run from Gavin Cash. But obviously, you know, you said it was a very long, enduring process just going through that whole process of, you know, am I going to get my name called? Am I just going to have to wait and sign afterwards? Obviously, you know, we knew there was a couple teams that were looking at you because they're here watching your outings. But to go from, you know, just a town like Simi Valley to, you know, having some Major League scouts watching you and ended up, you know, signing with a Major League team, just how incredible has that whole process been from, you know, wanted to be probably a Major League Baseball player growing up to now actually having the dream potentially become a reality?
Yeah, it's been a really cool experience. Probably the biggest thing is just hard work pays off more than anything. I had a handful of guys on my high school team who they had the big names and they were getting MLB team attention in high school, and I was kind of overshadowed by them, but I just kept my head down and kept working, and eventually I got to a point where people wanted to come out and see me. So that whole process was probably better than the actual getting there. The process is the funnest part.
2-2 now to Kevin Bazell. Get you your next question after this at bat. Hopefully Danny can get us out of the inning here. Just misses away to Bazell. Count runs full.
When you watch guys like your teammates like Velos and Rivas, do you pick up on things from the dugout that they're doing and then, you know, ask them about it when they get in the dugout, try to, you know, upgrade your repertoire a little bit?
Definitely, especially when we're playing teams and I'm coming in behind them and facing the same guys. I usually like to ask them what was their main pitch to get guys out on, what were they having the most success with, and then we try to figure out where we're going to go get churros after the game.
Yeah.
Oh. That one just misses away.
Wow. Yeah, no, I mean, it might have been out, but that was bold bat flip.
Yeah.
Bring Gavin Cash to the plate now. He crushed one over the fence in his last at-bat for his 9th home run of the year. Gave him the CCL lead in RBIs as well. Danny Velos looks to get out of it with only 1 run allowed in this inning.
This guy's just torments us. Yeah, Gary, you weren't here when he hit 3 homers against us in Santa Barbara.
Wow.
Do you ever have a guy in your career, whether it was in college or high school, who just you could not find a way to get out?
Definitely. The most memorable one was probably down at Cutter Nation in San Diego. We would throw indoor live ABs. His name's Oscar Sagne. He plays professionally in the Mexican League, and that guy, he just would always put the bat on the ball. It was probably the most frustrating at bats. However, I did learn the most from him because he would give me good feedback after I faced him, which helped me develop a lot.
This Cash rips that one foul. Got a little league team here today. They're really on top of foul balls. They're giving play-by-play of the location of the foul balls to each other to make sure they're on the hunt.
Yeah, they were in the dugout pregame talking to the players, getting autographs.
Cash rips that one through the middle of the infield for a base knock. So Kevin Bazell is able to move over the third on that one. I will say those kids on that team, some incredible mullets.
Yeah?
Yeah.
They got some flow.
They do.
It's really important if you want to be a baseball player at the next level.
Team Mullets definitely builds some team chemistry too.
Yeah. Yeah, any team hairdo, any team hairstyle, dyed, anything, that certainly brings the team together.
Yeah, they're probably not old enough to grow mustaches yet, but
No.
Run back steps in now. He walked. Stranded at second. Let's see, it was 2-0 when Donovan Waitman got hurt and Danny Velos came in. That one's in there for strike one. And obviously the Oaks hope that Danny Velos can stretch things out today. Obviously, you know, everybody coming off the 3-day break from the All-Star break with the exception of Andrew Lucas, who pitched last night. But obviously don't want to use too many guys as we got 4 straight home games in the next 4 days. Nice inside slider there from Velos. Gets strike 2. 1-2 now. Velos delivers.
What a spot.
Just misses. 2-2 now.
Exactly where we wanted it. Looked like a fine spot there that was given from Durfee, and he hit it perfectly. Not in a location where the batter can hit it, and just didn't get the call.
Danny definitely thought that was there.
Yeah, he started the strut off the mound.
2-2 now. Goes to the same spot. Misses again. That one looked like it was maybe even closer to the plate. It's still missing just off the outer edge. Count runs full now.
God, he's painting that corner. Missing down maybe? I don't know.
It's a little away on the trackman.
A little out.
Yeah. (3-2) fouled away. Kids are on top of those baseballs today. Rink's gonna have to fight with them to get those baseballs back.
Rink looks great, man. Like, I actually, like, the haircut, the beard, like, it all looks great.
Settle down a little bit, all right?
I mean, I told him today he was my favorite player, so.
Which was, you lied straight to his face about it, too.
What do you want me to say to him? He asked me.
Velos walks, run back to bring Griffin Everett to the plate.
Number 16, Griffin Everett.
For Velos, since entering in the first, he threw 15 in the first inning, and he's had to work quite a bit here in the second, coming up on 30 pitches here. And for a guy who they're trying to get some distance out of him because Waitman wasn't able to finish the first, they're definitely going to need him to maximize these pitches as much as he can and try to be as efficient as possible while limiting the damage.
So Everett pops that one foul. You ever had a situation, Garrett, where you had to come into a game cold when you weren't super ready because one of your teammates went down or something?
Definitely. It's a tough thing to do, and if you don't practice for it and you don't mentally prepare yourself for it, it makes it even tougher. And sometimes when you're out there cold, it seems like you're throwing a melon because the ball just feels so awkward in your hand. But usually after the first few batters, after the first inning, you get some downtime and you start to settle in a little bit, but it's still a little unwavering compared to like a normal outing.
That one's fouled away again.
Yeah, for Danny's case, he knew he was coming into the ball game, but he was told he's coming in the third inning. Waitman's going 2, and then he's getting told in the bottom of the first or the top of the first inning that he has to get loose. Like, first few pitches were balls. Sammy mentioned he was out there maybe rushing his warm-up throws because of everybody watching, doesn't want to slow down the game. Is that something that's in your head when you're out there on the mound warming up?
Definitely, especially now since they have the timer for your warm-ups. I believe you have 2 minutes. However, sometimes when doing that, you definitely want to rush. Personally, I just don't even like my warm-up throws at all. I just want to get straight into the game. But You can definitely rush yourself and tire yourself out that way because it turns into a lot more cardio than anything else.
1-2 now to Everett. Velos delivers. That one's fouled down the right field line. You know, obviously, you only had the 2 appearances for you this summer, but, you know, when you're facing teams like the Forsters that's made up of, obviously, a bunch of D1 guys. Tommy Brandenburg, who's up here, he faces D1 guys every single one of his outings, but it's a slew of different combination of D1 guys, including today. They have the guy who's a final out in the College World Series today, and they're starting lineup. So how much harder does that make you coming into the start, just seeing guys who have seen D1 talent after D1 talent, and they're just coming from all over the place. So it's really hard to know what to expect from each guy.
Yeah, they have a lot of different. They have a lot of experience under their belt with high-level competition for sure. It can definitely get into your head a little bit, but the biggest thing is just focusing on your strengths and not trying to pitch to their weaknesses. Your strengths are definitely going to help you get the outs. I mean, you need 3 outs an inning, so any way you can put those together possible is the best outcome.
So, like, if you know a guy's a good fastball hitter, but you're really feeling your fastball, instead of, you know, trying to mix it up and go with the slider, just go with your best stuff and try to beat him.
100%. I'm going to challenge him every single time.
Nice pitch there. Oh, my Lord.
If he beats me with my best stuff, then so be it. Tip of the cap and on to the next pitch.
Some chirping coming from that Oaks dugout after that last pitch.
Yeah, TrackMan should have just missed a little inside, but how much do you love this TrackMan, by the way? You texted me about your data, but how much do you love this thing?
TrackMan's amazing. It's taught me so much about my pitching and what the ball's doing after it leaves my hand, and that's really what matters. And all the major league teams, whenever that was a nice piece there.
Griffin Everett rounding second, heading for third.
Got him.
Throw there, doesn't get there. It's a bases clearing triple for Griffin Everett.
Yeah, a lot of these major league teams, though, they rely heavily off the TrackMan. The analytical era is upon us, and it's proven to definitely help players in their development.
Yeah, it's definitely something that helps not only guys on the field, but it also gets a lot more people jobs in the game of baseball, like more guys in the analytic department. And I even asked Cam if he could show me how to use it when I go back to school, so that way it's an extra skill to have. But
Cam doesn't know how to use it, that's the issue.
Cam's the expert. What are you talking about?
Shots.
He runs it for the whole team.
He's been struggling a little bit with it.
The technology definitely it can hinder. It has its own issues, you know, but you got to try to be smarter than the technology, and that's not always possible. I think the biggest thing with the TrackMan and Rapsodo is just understanding the data, understanding what it's telling you.
Looking at, right?
Yeah.
Right, because there's so many different numbers in front of you. If you don't know what it means, it's pointless.
Exactly. When you guys sent me my TrackMan data the other day, there were some that I didn't even know what they were, so I just hopped on Google and looked up what they were.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of the different stuff at because when we went to the Angel game the other day, they have some of the stuff up on the scoreboard, and so I had Evan Gray, who's the wizard of TrackMan, explain to me what everything means, and really helped. It's another inside slider that just misses. Told me the difference between the negative and positive numbers on the break. Made it a lot easier than I thought it was. That one's fouled away. Told me, just imagine that the box is a graph. I'm like, oh, I didn't realize it was that simple.
Yeah.
When you want.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was never too good at math and charting on graphs, so it took me a little bit to understand that data. But It's a lot simpler once it's put into realistic terms.
That makes sense.
1-2 the count now to Hunter Ensley, who's rung up on strikes. 3 pitches against Danny Velos in the first inning.
Yeah, Ensley, I feel like we haven't seen him too often, but an all-star and one of the leading hitters in the CCL.
Chops over that one to Daudet at third. Pump fakes, but it gets him. So 4 runs end up coming across the plate for the Foresters, pushing their lead to 6. Oaks come to bat in the bottom half of the second at Salgado, Sandoval, and Hynek due up. We'll be back. Welcome you back now. AJ Salgado, designated hitter. Tonight was also the designated hitter. Somebody calling for him? Designated hitter last night and designated hitter tonight. Switch things up. Sammy back, Josh out. Garrett's still here with us.
Long half inning there. You guys almost got like 3 innings worth of questions in.
Yeah, I know. I was just like, gotta keep thinking of things to ask Garrett, baseball related.
Ran out of things to ask, huh?
You probably could have enjoyed a 5-course meal over there, Sammy, during that time. Salgado tips one into the glove for out number 1.
Nasty slider right there.
You know, we haven't seen Tolley pitch against us yet, but he's a two-way. He's DH'd in play, I think, third a couple times against us.
That's why he's looked so familiar.
Yeah.
Garrett, what are you most looking forward to going on to bigger and better things?
I'm mostly looking forward to meeting the new people, the new experiences that come with it, and really just meeting people from different walks of life and trying to be a sponge and gather up as much knowledge as I can.
You mentioned it earlier, meeting Coach Radinsky, obviously a former big leaguer. Are you going to stay in touch with him and keep on asking him for advice? He's been through it all, really.
Definitely.
As far as the big leagues go.
Yeah, I mean, any connection, anybody that is willing to help me, I'm all for it, you know. You can never have too many friends and too many allies, especially ones that are in the right places.
Did you get to talk to Sosha when he was here?
Briefly, I introduced myself. Funny story, actually. He was one of the only guys on the field I just thought he was a coach. Walked up to him, hey, my name's Garrett Apker. I didn't meet you last time I was out here. And he went, oh, hey, Mike Sosha. And, like, my gut dropped a little bit. I was like,
you're like, oh, that's who that is.
Yeah, I didn't.
That's good.
I didn't know if it was a proper time to let him know that I have a signed hat in my room from him.
That's great.
Yeah, that was definitely a cool experience, though. Like working early work with Mike Sosha and just the way he puts the ideas of what we're trying to work on into such simple terms to where it's really hard to mess up. It's really awesome. I've never heard anyone put it into such simple terms as he did before.
1-0 now to Colin Hynek. He swings and misses at strike one. Raul Sandoval just reached via an error over there at second base.
So you're going down to the spring training facility for the Tigers.
Correct.
How quick are you going to be in the minor leagues?
That is a good question. So I had the same question.
Because the minor league season ends
beginning of
like in
September, I
September?
believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one of the things they told me is to not expect to go home or anything before the end of the year. So I'll be out there till the end of December and hopefully be able to come see family in January. But I don't know exactly where I'm going to be yet. That was one of the questions I had for them. Nice little flare right there.
Nice little bloop single.
Any way to get on right now is going to work for the Oaks.
Yeah, Colin Hynek will definitely take that one.
Start to chip away at this lead a little bit.
He's struggled against the Foresters. He says he never wants to play a game at Pershing Park ever again if he doesn't have to. He says he's back with the Oaks next summer. He's telling Dave to bench him for every single one of those games. But he starts his day off with a single.
Yeah, nobody on the Oaks likes playing Santa Barbara.
No, probably not. Let's bring Jack Brooks to the
Except
plate
Charlie.
now. Yeah. So 2 on now for Jack Brooks. So Breaker gets in there for strike one.
Garrett, do you have any winter ball lined up at all? You planning on playing in the winter?
Not currently. As of right now, I'm just focused on trying to get on to one of the minor league teams as soon as possible, just so I can climb my way up the ranks and ultimately make it to the show. I think Jack's gonna see a lot of sliders here.
Yeah. Probably a wise decision against Brooks.
Sunday, Brooks worked a 10-pitch walk down in Irvine,
There's a big one. Chases one downstairs.
which was followed up by that ball that Austin Carrillo hit in the gap that we thought was going to tie the game. And
Diving
T.C.
catch.
Simmons for the Riptide made a diving catch.
Yeah, I told him yesterday he ripped out our hearts on Sunday.
Brutal.
1-2 now to Jack Brooks.
Good leave.
That slider just misses.
Garrett, is there anyone in the major leagues that you sort of mold your game around? Try to
Yeah.
mimic some guys?
Growing up, I always tried to mimic Justin Verlander with my high school pitching coach. That was one of the things we tried to work on. And then as I got into college, my college coach told me to go out.
Brooks thought that ball was a ball 4. Confused everybody.
As I got into college, my coach told me to pick a few guys that have the same build, same arsenal as me, and
That makes sense.
just watch them a lot. So I started to look at Walker Buehler, Tyler Glasnow, and Jacob deGrom, and those are guys that I've liked to watch a lot of
guys.
YouTube video on. Yeah, tall and thin, just like me. Hopefully, I'll be able to put on some weight there at the
Cafeteria.
cafeteria.
All the
yeah.
food free?
Yup.
Oh, there you
All
go.
inclusive.
There's the walk, Jack.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm very
That's
excited.
awesome. We're all really happy for you here with the Oaks. I know everyone, all the guys on the team, obviously that's what they're aspiring to do as well. Get to the show. You're one step closer, but all of us in the organization, we're just so happy for you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Really excited. Hopefully one day we'll be able to watch you on TV, or maybe even one of us three gets to call one of your games in the big leagues. Who knows?
Call his
Exactly.
debut. Could be perfect timing.
Yeah, hopefully these guys, especially the pitchers more so, because I'm a pitcher, have been able to learn something from me this summer that'll help them, that they can take with them to their schools, help them succeed, and hopefully make it to the next level as well.
In a situation like this, when say we'll just say you're Peyton Tolley, your team's up 6 runs, you have the bases loaded, only 1 out. Are you just taking it out as you can, not worrying really about a run scoring with such a big lead, or are you trying to get out of the bases loaded jam with nothing coming across?
That's a struggle right there, because I know a lot of guys like to think about their stats. They don't want to have their ERA go up, even though it would get them an out with this 6-run cushion that the Foresters have. However, if we're playing smart baseball, you just try to pitch to weak contact right now, getting out any way you can, and you don't worry about the runs that cross because you have that cushion. And then hopefully he comes out the inning following and he's able to then go right back into the zone and do his thing.
Bases loaded now, top of the order, Austin Carrillo up. He'll jam that one. It's a slow roll. It's going to be tough to turn 2. So he'll just get the 1 out, but 1 run ends up coming across there. So the Oaks slowly chipping away. Austin Carrillo, I'm sure, a little frustrated with himself on that one.
Yeah, worrying about stats. I know a lot of people do it, but I advise to not even look at them, just because I've seen teammates go bald at looking at their stats, stressing them out too much.
Gavin Grant fouls that one back. Yeah, Alexander Rivas, who you shared the Player of the Game honors with last time you pitched, and his one of his other outings where he got Player of the Game, he gets Player of the Game like every single time he pitches now. I remember we were winning a bunch. It may have actually been against the Foresters, and he actually said that he feels more stress when he's pitching with the team having such a big lead. Do you kind of feel the same way about that?
Personally, I feel the opposite. However, I feel most stressed when it's an even ball game. As soon as I have a single run ahead or a single run down, I feel a little more comfortable out there, because I know I can just focus up and I know what I have to do then. But the even ball game is what scares me the most.
Saw Colin Hynek come home on a wild pitch. A lot of speed there.
Nice.
Grant shoots one in the gap to score his fellow Duck.
Yeah, that's going to be a nice one for Gavin Grant again. We've seen it, very often for Gav. He's one of the many guys on this team who can crush the baseball, but he seems to be the one that is really, really good at, unfortunately, hitting it right to somebody. So it's funny, that wasn't the hardest hit baseball. He just drops it in for a single, which chops the lead quickly down to 3 once again, with the heart of the order coming to the plate.
That's the name of the game. You can only do so much. You keep lacing the ball like that, and you got to not change your game, because eventually they're going to fall.
That one misses down to Daudet. And Sammy, I actually can't remember the last time we've had a bases loaded situation where all 3 runs end up coming across the score.
It's been a problem.
Been a struggle for the Oaks this summer. But all 3 come across, even with the ground out to make it 2 outs. As Daudet will shoot that one through and keep the 2-out rally going.
That's one thing that I love about this group of guys. Even though they were down 7-1 coming into this second inning, they understand that there's still a lot of ball game left, and all you got to do is chip away and keep fighting, and all of a sudden you're back in the game like we are right now, 7-4.
It's really it's really a tough task no matter what part of the lineup that you're in. This lineup is so deep, and Tyler Gannis isn't even playing today, the leading hitter in the CCL, and this lineup's still so deep. 4 runs in 2 innings. Yeah, we're down 3, but man, one swing of the bat, it's a tie ball game.
That one ruled strike 1 on the breaking ball. That one looked away to me.
Durfee is not a bad bet for that one swing of the ball game here.
Yeah, and Peyton Tolley, as Josh mentioned, his shortest outing this summer, 4 2/3 innings, and there's already action starting to brew down in that bullpen as he's gotten into some early trouble. Gavin Grant breaks for third. The throw down. Calls him out. Looked like he got him on the rib after he got in to third safely, and that'll end the 2-out rally. The Oaks get 3 more back, though. And Massimo Vega is going to come in now for the Oaks, and see you guys in the top of the third. We'll say thank you to this guy for hopping on for an inning with us. Obviously, best of luck to you. Hopefully we see you rocking a Tigers jersey, or really just any Major League team's jersey. Obviously, we know it's a even longer ride than your entire baseball career to this point to get to the majors, but we obviously wish the best of luck, and we'll all be following your journey up until the show.
Yeah, thanks, Austin. I appreciate that. Thanks for having me on, guys.
I'm rooting for you.
We'll be back top 3. I'll welcome you back now as Josh is back with us, as Sebastian Orduno will step in now to be the first batter that Massimo Vega faces, and he'll get him with the first pitch strike. Orduno, the only batter who did not hit last inning for the Foresters, who put up a 4 spot, which was answered by a 3 spot by the Oaks. It's still a 3-run game. Hour and 22 minutes into this ball game, and we're only through 2 whole innings.
Yeah, me and Tommy Brandenburg did some math and concluded that we're on pace for 6 hours now.
That's it?
Well, we won't finish the game in that case scenario.
We'll get some floodlights set up right now. We're going all 9.
Sam will put in the call for those.
Yeah, we get things so quickly here too, so.
As the inning started, when you unmuted all of our mics, I don't know what happened, but like my depth perception just got so messed up, and the room started spinning. I don't know what's going on. I'm a little concerned.
You hearing him?
I
Cam?
feel like I need to possibly
Do
call
you
a
need-
doctor if
do
there's
you-
anyone in the chat that,
do you need
knows
Cam
what's
to
going
take
on.
over
I
for
need,
you, Sammy?
I need some.
Is it still spinning?
No.
Okay.
That actually, one time, do you guys remember when we used to take standardized testing?
Yes.
When we were in middle school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I was in 8th grade, we
Middle
took.
school. You guys were in middle school. I was in high school.
Yeah.
All right. Sam.
But when I was in 8th grade, we took it like in our classroom. We didn't take it like in the gym or whatever. I finished and I like put my head down when I was done, and I looked up, and all of a sudden the clock was just upside down.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't.
Yeah, I don't get how that
I don't
even
know.
happens. I mean,
That one's popped a mile up, thanks to Cam letting me know. Jack Brooks will set it under it for out number 1.
so for Danny Velos, they were hoping to get more out of him. He was able to just finish 1 2/3 because he threw over 50 pitches in that time frame. But for him, giving up 4 runs in that second inning, it's pretty rough. Didn't get a lot of breaks either. Didn't get the calls that he would like. And now for Massimo Vega, who's also in this game much earlier than he'd like, he has to throw strikes and get some distance for this bullpen.
Josh Stinson steps in now. He's the only guy to not hit in the first inning. He had a leadoff double and then went to third on a ground out, and then he scored on a wild pitch. He'll pop that one a mile in the air as well, as Raul Sandoval will set it under it for out number 2 out in center. And the wild pitch that Stinson scored on is a rarity of a wild pitch that sails over the head of Brendan Durfee. 6'4" frame of Durfee, which gets up to probably 7 feet with his wingspan and his full Statue of Liberty extension. Couldn't even get to the pitch from Velos that allowed Stinson to score. Miguel Santos, who's 0 for 2, steps in for a 3rd time in the same number of innings. And make it 0 for 3 as he
Play
grounds
catch.
out Zach Daudet for a
Beautiful.
1-2-3 inning for Massimo Vega. Great
Exactly
start.
what the doctor ordered there. That's a shutdown inning.
It's what the doctor ordered for the team, but not for Sammy. We'll be back.
No.
Bottom 3. We'll welcome you back now. Sorry, a little bit of a technical difficulties. He's trying to fix the audio. Brendan Durfee back in the box after Gavin Grant was supposedly caught trying to steal. didn't agree with the call.
Yeah, we were going back in the broadcast and listening to some of the audio that was said earlier.
You got anything else to say with that, or
You know, it happens.
Durfee slaps that one to short. Out number
Durfee's not going to get the results on that, but that was good. That was a really nice piece of hitting right there, taking it the other way.
It just sounded good off the bat.
Major league stuff when you got the shift on you, like that's a hit.
Oh yeah. Well, by the time, I meant to ask Apker about the shift and pitch clock and stuff.
It'll be done.
It won't be a thing once he gets there, and the
pitch clock will though, right?
Robo umps. Yeah, sorry. I just meant like in general. It's gonna be there. I just meant to ask him how he feels about the pitch clock as a pitcher.
Oh yeah.
He spoke about it though.
Yeah, I was after I talked with Coach Solis yesterday at the game, and he was like, "Yeah, of course you can have Apker on." I was trying to think of questions. The one thing I wanted to ask Apker, I forget to ask him about because we were talking to him for 5 hours. So.
See, that's when you should write stuff down.
Yeah, I meant to, but I was thinking about it when I was laying in bed at like 1 in the morning. Didn't have my phone.
Was your phone in your
Where was
living
your
room or
phone?
something?
I plug it away so I can try and fall asleep.
Ah, okay.
Cam
That's
agrees with me on that one.
That's a good alarm clock strategy.
Yeah.
You have to get up, turn it off.
3-1 now to Noah Karliner, and he'll work a walk.
And still end up in bed after you.
Yeah,
off
see,
the alarm.
the thing in the Gregory household is our house is a alarm every morning because somebody's bound to be loud, whether it's the dogs or one of my family members. So I never have to set an alarm unless I'm waking up like at 6 in the morning.
Gregory's.
A loud bunch.
We wouldn't know because we haven't been invited over there.
No.
Even though we're 5 minutes away.
No, never.
Actually, it's 8 minutes.
Traffic.
No, I just know exactly how long it takes to get there.
Slow driver.
Yeah. I don't drive what Sammy likes to drive. 1-0 to Salgado now. 2-0 to Salgado now.
And there is action in the Foresters bullpen. Totally throwing a lot of pitches.
Yeah, and I was just saying while you were off last inning, Josh, longest outing as you mentioned, 4 2/3 for him. He's nowhere near that right now, and probably be tough for him to get there today with how many pitches he's thrown and already 4 runs across. Now, after walking Karliner on 5 pitches, he's 2-0 back of Salgado.
Yeah, I heard Apker mention this to you guys too, that this team is so special, this offense. They were down 7-1 going to last inning, and they didn't put their heads down and chipped away, put a crooked number with the 3 spot, and now looking for more here in this 3rd.
After a 3-run inning, so massive for Massimo Vega to get out of that inning quick. Only took him 8 pitches, Josh?
9.
9 pitches, and the offense is right back out there.
Yep.
2-1 now to Salgado.
2-1.
He's fouled out at 1 away.
Where was the strike?
You just missed it while you were talking.
That was a strike?
Yeah, it was. I looked at the TrackMan.
Saw the catcher have to.
I didn't think
it
it was a strike either, but I looked at the TrackMan and it was.
When the catcher has to go that far, usually don't
Salgado
get that
battles, fouls that one away. Count remains tied at 2. Raul Sandoval waits on deck. He scored 1 the second, which ate up Hudson White and allowed him to reach on the air, and he was the first of 3 runs to come across last inning. Salgado takes the fastball up. Count runs full.
Just want to shout out Cam, by the way. During that inning that I was off, Cam taught me how to use the TrackMan, so thank you, Cam.
Based.
Oh, heads up. Salgado fouls the full count pitch back and throws his bat back as well.
Oh, that's what that sound was.
Very rarely do you see guys make contact on the pitches that they throw their bat.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that.
Just how talented AJ is.
Well, that's what you're taught to do when you're to spoil a pitch. Just throw your bat at the ball.
Throw your bat at it. Who was that? There was somebody who got a hit like that. With Vladimir Guerrero Jr., he let go of his bat on one swing.
Probably.
Yeah. Or Vladimir Guerrero Sr. Vladimir Guerrero
He
Sr.
has so many
Yeah.
highlights just on swinging at balls that aren't even close.
Salgado chops that one to second. Only able to get one out, though.
Yeah, just off the bat there, kind of know it's not going to be a double play ball with how high that pitch was chopped and with the speed of Salgado out of the box. And it's good to see him running like that with the hip flexor that he's been dealing with.
I know Karliner took a big chunk out of his pants on that slide, as the boys are having a laugh about that one in the dugout now. So to bring Raul Sandoval to the plate now. So foul that one off of run back, is getting eaten up back there today.
Between Rumback and Tolley, the Foresters have a very large battery. Tolley stands at 6'6", Rumback at 6'4". Saw Rumback during BP when he's just out there in the batter's box. It's massive.
Not tall and skinny either. Tall
No.
and built.
Yeah, tall and built. 6'4", 230.
And Tolley's what, 6'5", 250?
6'6", 250. Yeah.
Sandoval shoots out one to second. Able to get to it this time is Hudson White. So the Oaks end up stranding one. Quick third inning there from both sides, as it's the first scoreless inning of the ball game. Head top four, Massimo Vega coming back out for the Oaks. Back now, top four. As that one misses down to Hudson White. 1-2-3 inning it was for Massimo Vega in his first inning back last inning.
The Oaks looking for some longevity from Vega here.
Good pitch.
Dots the outside part of the plate there. Oh boy.
The day has not really gone as planned. I was joking with Tyler Gowacki before the game. Just we'd get 2 innings from Waitman, 5 from Velos, 1 from Lucas, but they didn't even get more than 2 between Velos and Waitman.
So you're saying it's your fault then?
Yeah, I'll take the blame, as we have the Trackman King up here now. Andrew Lucas.
Thought Evan Gray was up here.
No, I mean the man who blows up the track with his velo.
That one's popped to shallow right.
Nice
What a play,
play.
Jack Brooks. What a play.
Third baseman, number 4.
Jack got a
Gavin
really good jump on that
SS.
ball. Thought it was going to be in between the second baseman and the right fielder there, that no man's land. But Brooks got just a supreme jump on it. Made a heck of a play.
Kevin Bazell in the box now. He'll take strike one from Vega. Bazell, 2 walks, and his 2 plate appearances came around the score both times.
Need to talk to Mo after the game, as he has that pause in between his delivery. See if he might mix in some change in timings there. Quick pitch. Some guys sometimes do a prolonged pause, kind of like Nestor Cortez was doing in the All-Star game.
Yeah, a little Nestor switcheroo.
Nestor and Johnny Cueto love to do it. Tough play for Gavin Grant. As he short hops, Colin Hynek is unable to pick that one.
Bazell was running like 50% down the line there and was rewarded with staying on first base.
Tough play over there for Hynek to make. Throw wasn't great,
First
but
baseman, number 32. Gavin
catcher
Cash.
playing first, very hard for him to make a pick there. That's not something he's
Yeah.
accustomed to doing.
It was a tough throw, too, for Gavin Grant on the edge of the infield dirt on his back foot. That one misses away to Gavin Cash, who's 2 for 2 today with a home run and a single. 2 runs scored, 3 RBIs.
What's tough about that, too, how are you supposed to practice that, too?
That's tough. That one gets the outside part of the plate. 1-1 count now.
Well, the thing with that play, too, is you have to know the base runner. If Grant realized that Bazell was jogging half-heartedly down the line, he could have set his feet and made the throw. But usually with a speedy base runner, he'd have to get rid of it quickly, which is what caused the errant throw.
As a fielder, you can't assume that someone isn't busting it out of the box, though.
No, definitely not. But, you know, Bazell, even if he's running out of the box, not the fastest guy. Just
Gavin Cash fouls that one away, draws the count even at 2. Andrew Lucas up here, chowing down on some Chick-fil-A. Thanks for bringing some for all of us.
You're burning out the scene here, man. What if he's you're just putting him on blast like that. What if he's not supposed to be eating Chick-fil-A up here?
I'm sure it's okay.
He just did. He just did.
I said
the
on the
whole world.
broadcast. Is it yummy? Gavin Cash swings and misses on a nice high heat there from Massimo Vega for out number 2.
what a big strikeout for Mo. Cash has been such a hard out for the Oaks. And
Really impressive stuff here from Vegas so far. We've mentioned it so many times, this Forcers lineup is not easy to navigate by any means. And Vegas, 5 out of the 6 batters he's faced retired.
So
And 1 error.
Nate Rumback.
Not even a walk or a hit allowed.
Nate Rumback hits that one out to left center field. Gets past Raul Sandoval.
Right on cue. Good job, me.
It'll be an RBI triple for Nate Rumback. He obliterated that baseball to center field.
That ball was
crushed.
hammered.
Yeah, that
Knew it wasn't going out though, because we're here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so dumb. That's a home run in every other ballpark in the CCL.
Designated hitter number 16.
That's like
Everett.
75 feet over the fence in Pasadena.
Yeah, that's over
It's
the
a bomb.
net.
That's a bomb. And in Pasadena.
Yeah, that's over the net. That second netting.
That ball,
Yeah.
that ball was hit so high.
Yeah.
Bring Griffin Everett to the plate now. He walked in the first and then had a bases clearing triple in the second.
I was hoping we could have gotten a distance or exit view on that baseball.
I told you, he knows how to do it, but he's not perfect.
I'll tell you the distance. About
398. 398.
389. It's not straightaway center. About
Yeah.
389.
All right. We'll go map it out after this.
That one just misses away as Durfee chases run back to third. One now. That one's tipped in the glove of Durfee for strike 2. Time will be called. Not sure why. The third base umpire called it. There gets the strikeout. So one blimp in the inning for
Unearned
Vega.
run.
It is an unearned run, as Grant wasn't able to make the tough play, but one run still comes across as the Oaks trail by 4, heading to the bottom of the 4th with Hynek, Brooks, Carrillo due up. We'll be back.
As Colin Hynek drives one into left field, that ball is caught.
Stupid one.
unfortunate.
Andrew Lucas is very frustrated over here because
98.
98 off the bat for Hynek, caught 95 off the bat for run back, and it falls. That's baseball for you, unfortunately, Andrew.
Tough.
Just like you told me yesterday in the bullpen, you threw 87 before your outing, and then you threw 96 and didn't give up a hit.
That's not the same, like, at all. Like, not even close, Austin. You're comparing a pitcher warming up. I don't know of one pitcher who tries to throw 100 when they're warming up. Let me go ahead and tire myself out. Let me throw my best stuff while I'm warming up. Okay. Yeah, no. Those two don't add up.
You see a lot of radar guns last night? Is it daunting when you just see all of a sudden? Yeah. I got a really nice photo of Andrew last night. I haven't showed it to you yet, by the way. He's really excited for it to be
I got some I've got some good shots of him just on the TV.
I know.
Looked great.
Andrew, did you see you were the first player shown on the broadcast yesterday?
So excited. I was so fired up.
Ripped. Base knock for Jack Brooks.
We need to find a way to work it so that that jet stream doesn't affect it anymore. I don't know what we got to do. Maybe put up
maybe build a wall.
Maybe put up just a massive wall. We'll make Santa Barbara pay for it. We'll have
just build the biggest wall possible in left field.
Here?
Yeah, because Hynek just hit 198 off the bat and it was a fly out.
Yeah, I heard. Wes is like, Colin should have just hit a home run. He flew out to the wall.
Strike one now to Austin Carrillo after the single for Jack Brooks.
Bless you.
Just apologize for sneezing. That's all right.
In high school, a friend of mine sneezed during class.
Uh-huh.
And
Jeez, that was like
my teacher
14 years ago.
Freaked out. My teacher freaked out. He's like, Andy, are you serious? Are you seriously going to interrupt the class like that? He's like, I sneezed. And he just yells at him, get out! Get out of here right now!
Oh, my God.
Most savage thing I've ever seen.
Clearly your teacher wasn't the nicest guy.
He used to play. Teacher. He used to be a coach for UCLA. He's actually
Oh,
what?
Need the pitch location,
wow,
Mr.
that
Deck.
ball, yeah, that
that ball is about 6 inches at least off the zone.
Yeah, he's sort of like a recruiter for UCLA.
Like,
he's an alumni there.
Like,
football.
Oh.
Andrew Lucas was not happy with that called strike, I can tell you guys that.
Nobody was.
Well, the Foresters probably were.
The Oaks pitchers haven't been getting that call, that's why.
One misses up. New pitcher, by the way, for the Foresters is Alec Grossman after the shortest outing of the summer for Peyton Tolley.
Grossman, one of multiple guys on this Foresters roster from the University of Texas.
As Carrillo pops that one up just past the edge of the infield dirt. Setting under it is Hudson White for out number 2.
Shortstop number 34, Gavin Grant.
Bring Gavin Grant to the plate. He walked, came around the score in the first, and then he had an RBI 2-out single in the second, and then was ruled out at third. The umpire said he was caught stealing, but we didn't think so. And he'll drive that one out to left field. I'll just hang up there with the wind for out number 3.
We need to fix the jet stream here.
I know.
We got to talk to the wind.
Oaks aren't able to answer that one run, so they'll trail by 4 still as we head to the top of the 5th. Massimo Vega still on the mound. We'll be back. welcome you back now as Hunter Ensley steps in. He's 0 for 2 today. Rung up on strikes by Danny Velos in the first and then grounded out to Ed in the second. To Zach Daudet at third, and he'll take strike one from Massimo Vega. He's not happy as he throws up his hands. Umpire tells him to get back in the box.
It's been a strike all game.
Was that a strike, Cam? He said yeah. Trackman says yeah. Trackman don't lie. That one hits Ensley.
Did the umpire do that? Like, why is he...
Just stared down the umpire after his hit by pitch. To bring Sebastian Orduno to the plate. He's 0 for 2.
That's twice now, by the way, that their hitters have gotten hit by a pitch and pimped it, really. Are you not happy to have a free base runner for your team?
I think it was more just Ensley's annoyed with the umpire on the first pitch strike.
Yeah,
Stared down the umpire after it.
Yeah, I get that there, but last time I didn't.
That one misses down. A back pick attempt there for Durfee potentially. Keep an eye on that.
Ensley's 7 for 11 in stolen base attempts. He's got a big lead.
Orduno pops that up. It's going to be a playable ball for Zach Daudet, and he'll squeeze that one in foul territory for out number 1.
Center fielder, number 1, Josh Stinson.
Josh Stinson steps in now. He had the double in the second that he came around the score on after the wild pitch. And he flew out to center in the 1-2-3 inning in the third for Massimo Vega. Runner goes. That one fouls back. Gets the mask of Durfee. Interesting there to see runner in motion on the first pitch of an at-bat, with also the hitter swinging on the first pitch of the at-bat. I feel like normally in that case scenario, the batter's got to know the steal sign is there. I feel like he
could have been a hit and run.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's three
It's
different.
really scary right there.
Yeah.
3 different variations he could have been given. It could have been a hit and run, a stolen base where the batter has to take, or it might have just been a run and hit where the hitter has the option. And you read, if you think your runner on first might not have the greatest of jumps, foul the pitch off, put it in play, but if you see him have the base stolen, then you take the pitch.
0-1. Runner goes. That one thrown wild. A good throw from Durfee. Gets the runner there, but he puts that just wide of the bag. Allows Ensley to go in the third.
Very rarely do we see a bag being stolen off of Brendan Durfee. Usually stolen bases that are against Durfee are because of the pitcher, but that time a good throw nails him.
Last pitch was a strike, so Vega's got him 0-2.
That one's chopped back up the middle. It'll be a tough play for Jack Brooks. Stinson's in there with an infield single.
Wow. A couple things on that play. First of all, Stinson's got wheels, but also that's ridiculous by Jack Brooks. Like those hands there and throwing the run.
Number 3,
Anybody slower and gets him at first base. Textbook by Jack Brooks. So fun to watch out there at second base.
Once that ball got past Vega, I thought there was no shot.
Yeah.
But Brooks
Vega will check on Stinson.
made it a closer play than we all expected it would have been.
Closer play than it should have been for sure.
Miguel Santos, the leadoff hitter, 0 for 3 in his 3 at-bats, and all in the first 3 innings. Fourth inning, the only inning he hasn't had an at-bat today. As Vega once again checks on Stinson over there at first.
Stinson is just 2 for 5 in stolen base attempts. He's got a big lead over there.
Vega will check on him again. So 3 pickoff attempts on Stinson before Vega's even delivered a pitch to Santos. Big lead from Stinson. Vega delivers, misses up. Ball 1 to Miguel Santos. Santos 3-0 count against Waitman to start the ball game. Then he strikes out swinging after 2 straight strikes, a foul ball, and then swung and missed, and then 2 first pitch ground outs in his next 2 at bats. And he'll pop that one to right on the second pitch of that at bat. That goes off the glove of Noah Karliner, lands fair. So that one's going to be an error over there on Noah Karliner as that one gets off the edge of his glove as he's tested for the first time today out there and right.
Yeah, Karliner sort of just drifted to that baseball, but the wind just kept carrying it towards that right field line, towards that corner, and so eventually it ended up going off the tip of the glove.
Ridiculous tail on that ball. When it came off the bat, I thought it was straight away right field, and ends up towards, like, right on the foul line.
I thought Karliner was going to have to move in like 10 feet to make that catch, and then he drifted like 50 feet to his left.
We're gonna put in a work order to get this wall built.
And talk to Mother Nature about stopping the wind.
Both runners go. Durfee throws down the second.
Got him.
Got him.
Nice pick over there by Jack Brooks.
He's so good.
Brooksy just a little late to that one. Wasn't probably expecting Durfee to go to second there, but with Stinson going to third and a right-handed batter in the batter's box, tough for him to make a play there. But Santos learns the hard way.
Such a great
It's
play
hard
by
to swipe
Brooks
it back.
there. Such a great play by Brooks there.
So makes it look so easy, so smooth over there.
Durfee picks up an extra out for his pitcher, Hudson White. Now in the box, he's 0 for 3 today as well. So foul that one away. Count is 1-1. Let's count 1-2 or 1-1. Let's figure it out. But
I got 1-2.
Umpire's got 1-1.
guess it's 1-2 because Durfee just called to ask what it was. That one's fouled
definitely
away.
1-2
Now it's 1-2 for sure, yeah.
This next pitch for Vega will be his 40th in total. So
That one's ripped through the 5-6 hole. An RBI base knock, but that run will go unearned.
Third baseman number 4, Gavin Grant.
Kevin Bazell steps in now. Walked, came around the score. Walked, came around the score. Reached on an error, came around the score. He was the one who grounded the Gavin Grant last inning. That one misses up. That one misses up as well. 2-0 now to Bazell. Bazell had 2 full count walks in his first 2 at-bats. And then that ground ball that Gavin Grant had to throw off his back foot on, and Colin Hynek was unable to scoop it. 3-0 now to Bazell.
mentioned it as the broadcast started. Everything was going to have to work today in order for the Oaks to win. 4 errors today.
Yeah, very sloppy. And it's back-to-back games now with 4+ errors for the Oaks, which is unlike them playing usually sure-handed defensively.
Runner goes. That one's chopped up the middle. Brooksy there covering second for the stolen base. And that will get them out of the inning. 2 more runs come across, both unearned, so it's 3 unearned runs today for Massimo Vega. Oaks trailing by 6. We had at the bottom of the 5th. Heart of the order due up Daudet, Durfee, Karliner. We'll be back.
Third baseman, number 25, Zach.
Welcome
Daudet.
back. So Zach Daudet steps in now. He's 1 for 2 today.
Say what?
The day might be done for Massimo Vega as Wes Delatorre is throwing now in the Oaks bullpen. The Oaks need to chip away here.
Daudet has to lean out of the way of that breaker as that one gets away from Grossman. That one misses inside too. Almost gets Daudet again. That one misses up. 3-0 now to Daudet. Oaks will happily take their walks at this point. Lefty begins to warm now in the bullpen for the Foresters. And that one's thrown behind Daudet. That's never a fun one in 3-0 count.
He was brushed off the plate on almost every single pitch that I bet.
Karliner. Correction. Catcher, number 27. Corrected. Durfee.
A little hiccup there from Jackson White downstairs as first he announced no Karliner coming to the plate, and then Durfee's like confused, starts laughing, and the boys get a chuckle out of it. JW just trying to multitask, keep the boys' spirits high. That one's ruled strike 1 as Durfee leaned out of the way of that one.
Did you guys see the Foresters head coach get up and he was getting ready to call batting out of order right away?
I was not. I was watching our players.
Classic Bill.
He was ready, man. Gonna appeal, said no, PA announcer said it.
1-1 now to Durfee. He gets a piece of that one, crushes that one out to left center field, but because of how things are at Kowloon, that's a routine fly ball in center field for Josh Stinson for out number 1.
Put that work order in.
So now Noah Karliner will come to the plate. He's 0 for 1 in his 2 plate appearances. Walked in the 3rd, struck out in the 1st.
He's the only right-handed player on the Oaks to get a ball out here, and that's because he went oppo.
That's a duck out of the way as Grossman's getting real close to hitting somebody. As threw 2 pitches inside on Daudet and then 1 behind him. And now he's thrown 1 to Karliner high and in.
Yeah, that's got to be scary, stepping into the box and this guy continuing to miss up and in. Not fun. We heard Alec Manoa say the other night that he throws up and in on purpose just to back guys off the plate.
Back pick attempt on Daudet, back in there standing. We also heard Alec Manoa call John Smoltz sexy, so.
Yeah, he did.
Okay. Is he not? You're not into balding guys, Austin?
Karliner has to move out of the way.
You're not into that? You're not into the friar tuck? The hair on the sides and bald on top?
No. Three-0 now. That one gets the zone for strike 1. 3-1 now to Karliner. Slow chopper. The third's going to be a tough play. The infield single for Noah Karliner. To bring AJ Salgado to the plate.
Perfectly placed ball there from Karliner. There's really no chance for Bazell to make that play at third base, and Karliner, for his size, can certainly move it out of the box.
And he's got quite a bit of range in the outfield, as we've seen in batting
Salgado,
practice.
same way.
Yeah.
Big hole on the right side of the infield.
Salgado flares that one to center. It's going to be a tough play, but of course Josh Stinson makes it look easy. Daudet tags, he'll head to home. And he'll get in there around the tag. Somebody in the crowd swears that he tagged Zach Daudet.
So did Pintard Austin.
And here comes Bill Pintard to ask the home plate umpire. For now, will stand as an RBI sac fly for AJ Salgado.
You can't overturn this. Like, what are you arguing?
I don't know. It's just usually when you disagree with the call, you'll let them know you missed that call. I don't know. You gotta be looking better at it. Try to get a better angle on something like that.
That was a great.
But for me, I thought Zach got around that.
Yeah, I couldn't really tell.
It
But
looked like it.
it was a great throw from Stinson. It was a tough play and good throw.
Again, missing inside is Grossman to Raul Sandoval. I saw run back really was trying to deke Daudet.
Yeah, he did a great job of it.
That one ruled a strike. Looked like it was off the plate. Was in fact 6 inches off the plate.
Yeah, Austin, you mentioned that Rombach was trying to deke Daudet. He just stood there acting as if there was no throw coming in, which tried to throw off Daudet, but because of Sandoval being behind the plate telling Daudet he needs to get down and slide, that's how Zach knew that he'd avoid the tag.
1-2 now to Raul Sandoval as he turned on that last pitch.
I thought Stinson was going to go back to first as Karliner was almost on second base when he caught the ball.
As Grossman will snare that one back up the middle for out number 3. So the Oaks get 1 back as they'll chase 5 now as we head to the top of the 6th after 5. Waiting to see if it's Vega or De La Torre who pitches.
On the count of 3, start spinning.
Another dizzy bat race?
It's going to be Wes De La Torre coming out now.
Didn't they do one of these already?
This is the 3rd one.
The 3rd one.
Yeah. We'll be back.
5, 4.
Welcome you back. Wes De La Torre takes the mound for his 10th outing of the summer. Goes 2 or 1 innings every single outing. Kind of varies back and forth. So Gavin Cash early on that one. Rolls that one foul. Cash 2 for 3 today. De La Torre either gives up 2 runs or no runs. As Josh mentioned, slow. There's 2 shutout innings in slow back on the 15th of July, but this obviously ends the afternoon for Massimo Vega. And what do we have as the final line for Vega, Josh?
So for Vega, it was 3 innings of 3 runs as Cash lifts that one to left. Wow.
Ooh. Carrillo had to go a mile to go catch that ball.
Yeah, I can't believe he got there. That was all the way down the line. He was far in the left center, but great catch by him for Carrillo. For Vega, finishes 3 innings on just 45 pitches, and he did allow 3 runs, but none of them will be earned as he didn't get any help defensively. Struck out a couple batters. No walks, but did hit a guy. Overall, though, great job from Vega, who's definitely thrown in the game earlier than expected, and he might not have even been expected to throw at all today.
It's the first pitch strike now to Nate Rumback, who's 1 for 1 today, and that was his RBI triple that was frustrating Andrew Lucas because he hit it 95 off the bat and got a triple out of it, and Colin Hynek hit it 98 off the bat and got a fly out off of it. Nice location there from De La Torre on the inside part of the plate. 0-2 now to Rumback. Rumback walked in the first and second, came around the score in the second. That RBI triple in the fourth that he was stranded at third on. And he'll strike out looking on 3 pitches here in the 6th.
Good job, Wes.
The bat doesn't leave the shoulder of Rumback once at that bat.
Designated hitter number 16, Griffin Everett.
Griffin Everett comes in the plate now. He walked in the first. He had a base-clearing triple in the second, and then he struck out swinging in the fourth. That one misses inside as Everett has to dance out of the way of that one.
Everett, was he the starting catcher yesterday in the All-Star game?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's him, Shamela, Harris. I'll be in there for strike one. 1-1 the count now.
Changeup from De La Torre's really working so far today. He's gotten a lot of called strikes already.
That one just misses down to Everett. 2-1 the count to him now. That one just misses up. 3-1 now. We'll see if De La Torre is just going to go for 2 innings, which is the most he's gone all summer. That one misses in, so he issues a walk to Everett. The first walk that anybody in the Foresters lineup has picked up
Left fielder number 9, Hunter
since
Hensley.
Nate Rumback was walked back in the second inning. So bring Hunter Hensley to the plate, struck out looking on 3 pitches in the first, grounded out to end the second, and he was hit by a pitch in the 5th after a little bit of a fiasco with the home plate umpire after a called strike 1, which he gets again here. That one inside on Ensley as he has to turn out of the way of that one. That one bounces, runner goes, bad idea. What a pick, Jack Brooks. Stop running on the deputy, you're out at second, Griffin Everett.
The deputy. I
Yeah.
like that. Is that an official nickname?
Yeah, carried over from Kalu. He's got the mustache back,
Nice.
so the deputy's back. Another caught stealing
I
for
love
Brendan
that.
Durfee.
Yeah, I did too.
I love that.
Yeah, me too.
Head bottom 6, Oaks chasing 5, Colin Hynek, Jack Brooks, Austin Carrillo due up.
That might be the best nickname on the team.
welcome you back as the Georgia man himself. Colin Hynek will come to bat now. He had a single that he came around to score on in the second, and then he crushed the baseball to center, 98 miles per hour off the bat. That looked like a routine fly ball, which probably would have gone out at a lot of other parks, if not every other park. Can you imagine if he hit that ball in slow?
Yeah. They have the opposite as we do, so that ball gets caught in that jet stream, and that's on that building. Oh, we got both today's pitchers up here. 2 of the 3 pitchers.
Two-thirds of the, well, 2 of the 4 technically. Obviously, Wes isn't done yet for the day.
Yeah.
Waitman's probably, hopefully, getting his elbow looked at. That one misses down. But Danny Vilos and Massimo Vega both up here now, trying to get their TrackMan stuff from Cam.
Cam's so valuable, so never be mean to Cam Austin. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh,
That one's crushed. Foul. Yeah, see, Cam is valuable except for, like, the times
his
we
bat.
ask, and he, like, is, like, 5 seconds ahead of us.
yeah, that's a good point.
How hard he hit that ball.
Well, he broke his bat.
Broke
Broke
his
his
bat.
bat.
Yeah.
Firewood. There's 3 broken bats at the All-Star game last night. Tough price to pay.
Yeah.
Playing in the wood bat leagues.
Yep.
Colin Hynek, after retrieving a new bat, step back into the box. The first time his family came out, they brought him 3 new wood bats. Family's still here for the most part. 1-1 Hynek, he'll take that one up. Misses on that fastball on the outside part of the plate. 2-2 now to Hynek. Jackson Jordan's walking down around the bullpen area. He's coming back. I don't know if he's just walking a walk or if he'll be the next guy to come in. As Hynek leans out of the way of that one. Count runs full. 2 lefties wait on deck with the new lefty on the mound. Hynek works a walk. Seeing the ball really well today is Colin, as the first batter that Matthew Magre faces is a walk. Jack Brooks steps in now. He's 1 for 1 today with a walk and a single. Scored in the second. There's a well-hit single in the 4th. Take ball 1 away. We've now reached the count of 4 pitchers up here as Jack Brooks drives that one out to right center field. Get down, ball. Attaboy, Brooksy.
Unhook
Send
that
Hynek.
trailer, Colin.
Get on a move, big boy. He's in there. It's an RBI double for Jack Brooks on a well-hit baseball. The bottom of the order, seeing it well.
What a swing there from Jack Brooks. Showing off the power that you don't expect him to have as he drives that one into the gap in right center. And with the wheels of Hynek, he's able to come around and score.
Hard hit baseball, too. 95 off the bat from Brooksy there.
Right in the gap. On a bit of a line, too. So
Yeah, they had.
we've seen Stenson make some really good plays out there. Has a lot of range, but that ball just not in the air for long.
Yeah, they had Stinson shifted to left center for the lefty-lefty matchup, expecting Brooks to go the opposite way, but he pulls it, shoots into the gap. Carrillo bunts. That one goes foul right to Coach Raymer over there in the third base, near the third base coach's box over there. This might be the closest we've ever seen him to the coach's box over there.
Hynek got a little lucky that that relay throw was up the line.
Take it
'cause
easy on him, man.
that would have been tough there.
0-1 now to Austin Carrillo, who's 0 for 3 so far today. Couple ground outs and a pop out.
He's getting some oxygen right now in the dugout.
Some fans like that pitch. It was 6 inches out, so I'm not sure what they were looking at there. Maybe they're the umpire from last night's game. Carrillo's 1-1 flared. Oh, drop just foul. Oh, fouled off the hands of Carrillo.
Some guys in the Oaks dugout yelling at the umpire that it hit the line. It's clearly foul.
Just got to try.
Yeah.
A 1-2 count now to Austin Carrillo. Gavin Grant waits on deck. Still nobody out after a leadoff walk for Hynek. That was followed up by an RBI double from Jack Brooks. Shortstop went all the way to second there. A little step off. That was interesting.
It looked like Santos wanted a daylight pick possibly, and after Magre didn't pick, Santos was out of position, so he had to step off to allow his shortstop to do a good spot.
1-2 now. Magre delivers. Carrillo pops that one up in the infield. Gavin Cash drops it. So underneath it, Matthew Magre was going to make the play off the mound, but Cash calls him off, and he has to run a long way, and he pays the price as that one drops in front of him. Do you think that's an error?
Yes.
Yeah, it hit off his glove.
Well, still nobody out.
Gotta be real frustrating if you're the pitcher there. You got under that ball.
Called
really
off.
wanted it and get called off, and your first baseman makes an error. Tough.
A big spot now for Gavin Grant.
Cash has made up for it at the plate tonight, I'd say.
All summer, really.
Yeah.
This is down.
Really tough play too, as he was playing. He was playing about where
He's
he's
deep,
playing
yeah.
right now. He was pretty deep.
It's a lengthy
usually,
run.
Usually, as an infielder, you're taught to call off the pitcher always, but there, you
Runners
should've-
go.
should've.
Brooks will be thrown out at third.
Surprising to see that stolen base attempt with nobody out in first and second, heart of the order, down 4. Not necessary there. It's an unfortunate break for the Oaks.
1-1 the count to Gavin Grant now. He'll shoot that out to center. That's going to drop in front of, or not, because he's ridiculous. There's a diving catch from Stinson to take away a base knock from Gavin Grant.
The center fielders against us lately, man, are you kidding me? They're catching everything.
Well, that goes back to a comment that Gavin Grant made that said, center fielder could dive 80 feet and make a play on me in center.
Yeah. Well, shouldn't be surprised. He
Oh.
called it.
How hard was the ball that came?
I don't think the ball was hit that hard.
Hey, missed it. Daudet steps in now. He's 1 for 2 today. He walked in the 5th, came around the score. Take ball 1. Daudet leans out of the way of that one. Daudet's last at bat came against Grossman, where Grossman went inside, inside, away, behind Daudet on 4 pitches.
Yeah, that was quite the uncomfortable at bat for Zach.
Daudet has seen 10 pitches today, 8 of which have been balls. Make that 9.
The last 7 he's seen have been out of the zone.
Daudet will shoot out to right. As he was given the green light. 3-0. It'll be settled out there right. And only 1 run ends up coming across for the Oaks as they trail by 4 as we head now to the top of the 7th. West De La Torre will come back out. We'll be back. Hunter Ensley steps back in now as his at-bat was cut short after Durfee hosed down Griffin Everett trying to steal last inning. So Ensley 0 for 2 today, hit by a pitch in the 5th that he came around the score on eventually. Two in the dirt to start this at-bat.
That thrown out stealing from Everett last inning was really just an insane pickup by Durfee as De La Torre spiked the ball, and Durfee not only had to keep it in front, he had to go to his right as well. And he did an excellent job of somehow keeping it in the glove and then firing a strike down to second base, and a great pick from Jack Brooks helped complete the putout. Oh.
That's fouled into the ankle maybe of Durfee.
Thigh.
Could you guys hear yesterday on the broadcast, by the way, when Cooper Harris had one fouled off the meat of his quad?
Hear what?
Like the sound of it.
The sound of it. It was very loud.
I don't think so.
It
was probably just,
I don't know if I was watching that intently.
Yeah, exactly.
That one's rolled over.
Oh!
What a play. Sulak saved JoJo.
Cody just saved Joe. Wow.
Joe didn't even move either.
Well, he had faith in his guy that he was going to make the play.
JoJo was about to take one either to the square of his knee or off the wall to his chin. And he just was going to take it. 2-2 now to Ensley. He'll chase one downstairs. Durfee's, well, actually, he'll tip it, actually. But Durfee squeezes it for out number 1.
Right fielder, number 8, Sebastian Orduna.
Are we
Back after some technical difficulties there. Had to get the audio fixed. Had a little trouble right now, but
don't
we're
know
back up.
what's going on with the mixer, man. I don't know why Josh thinks it's so funny we're having audio issues. Guess he just hates that. Hates it when our audio works.
That's a big frustration laugh
Dude,
out
yeah,
of Josh.
the audio-
Josh went on a bit of a soliloquy there.
It's a big boy word right there from you.
Yeah, that is.
Monologue, if you're not comfortable with that.
2-0 now to Orduno. He's 0 for 3 today. 3-0 to him. Josh let us know that Orduno was the final out of the College Baseball World Series for the University of Oklahoma this year. Another lefty warming right now in the pen, the Forsters, but they're.
I can relate to Orduno. I've been the final out of a championship game.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, it's come back into the pit. It was my last year of Little League, 8th grade. Come back into the pitcher. Second I made contact, knew the game was over, and I chucked the bat right into the dugout, like into the fence.
Okay. Not to you, Josh.
Yeah, I understood.
Austin.
I understood.
Did
what
you
you
break your
trying
bat?
No, it just
Ah.
hit the fence, and I got like yelled at by like my dad.
God damn it, Josh.
Oh, what a play,
Oh.
Durf. Go.
Oh, Colin. That was kind of just a tough one there because
Thrown on the wrong side there.
yeah, Durfee makes a beautiful pick. Orduno looks like he's going to second, then he decides to go back to first. So Durfee has to turn fire, and he ends up putting it on the wrong side of the bag for Hynek to turn and swipe. Oh, misses down. I think we've all had frustrating moments with our fathers in our Little League days.
Yeah, I'm sure we have.
I told my dad off when he tried to take me out of a game pitching one time,
That's how you do it.
and then he took me out and I left.
You felt I'm not staying, Dad.
Wow.
You take me out.
Stinson chases, strike one down there.
Bad teammate
You
right
thought
there.
you were Mike Mussina trying
Bad-
to tell him to stay in the
bad
dugout, and then you
teammate.
just left when he pulled you.
I just
Bad
left.
teammate right
I
there.
needed a second to cool off. I came back eventually, but
Yeah, give me like a week later for the next game.
no one's blocked again. Orduno tries to go. See you later, alligator.
Wow. He's so good behind the plate. Yeah, he's an actual brick wall back there, and his throwdowns are also ridiculous.
My question today for tomorrow for TikTok is going to be, when will runners learn to stop trying to steal bases on Brendan Durfee? Because clearly the answer is never, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, even balls in the dirt, they got no chance if it doesn't kick away.
That one misses up. Stinson works a walk now. See if Stinson will try and go on Durfee. So bring Miguel Santos to the plate for a 5th time today. He's 0 for.
Durfee's thrown out a guy at second base in each of the last 3 innings.
Not too shabby.
It also gives pitchers huge confidence.
So that one's crushed to left field. It finally happened. So just like last night, it took a little bit, but Miguel Santos puts one over the wall as he crushes one over the left field fence. That one went 376 feet. The exit velo, 98 miles per hour. If Charlie Adamson's out there in the outfield, he robs that one.
Second baseman, number 20, Hudson White.
How hard did that come off the bat?
98.
Ball was crushed. Similar spot to his homer last night.
Yeah. Just pulled it a little bit more.
Yeah.
That one's crushed a mile in the air to left, center, and Sandoval will settle it for out number 3. We'll see if De La Torre comes out again, but if not, the tradition will continue of either 0 or 2 earned runs that West De La Torre has given up this year. We head bottom 7 now. Durfee, Karliner, Salgado due up. We'll be back.
Catcher, number 27, Brendan
No, that's
Durfee.
left fielder. Deputy Durf steps in now. It's 1 for 3 today. RBI double. Ground out, fly out. Take that one up. Oh! Break your ears a little bit there.
Yeah, just a little bit. Cody Carson's throwing down in the bullpen for the Oaks. So
3-0 now to Durf.
that one looked pretty good.
It was up.
Let's go.
A 4-pitch walk to Durf.
Right fielder number 31, Bill Carliner.
Nick Griffin is the new pitcher for the Foresters. He's having a really good summer so far.
Have we seen Nick Griffin this summer?
Yeah, just once. He actually
Whoa.
he picked up the win and one of the bad ones there, 13-3 game. He went 1 1/3, no runs. But
Aiming for Sammy on that pitch.
he's actually
Must be a Yankee fan.
so for Nick Griffin, he's got a 2.4 ERA. He had one outing where he went 2 innings and gave up 4 runs. He hasn't given up a run in any of his other 8 outings.
Jeez. Seems to be a commonality for a lot of guys on the Foresters.
Yeah, they've got so many low ERAs.
5 straight balls, though, from Griffin so far. As Karliner swings and misses at strike 1.
Like if you look at the Foresters' team ERA totals, they have 10 guys with a 3 ERA or lower, with a 3.04 ERA or below. And that's in 5, 6, 7, 8, 11 appearances.
Misses away 2-1 now. Yeah, we saw last night it was Graham Osman who was a starter for the CCL South, and he's got a long scoreless streak going. Right now, Matt Maloney of the Riptide's got a long scoreless streak going. 3-1 now to Karliner.
We need to get a historian on the
Like
on
for
that.
CCL,
See
like
what the longest scoreless streak is.
in CCL history. Yeah.
I was asking the elder statesman of the Oaks,
Jojo?
Joey, a couple of things, and he's got some knowledge. I was asking him about, has anyone on the Oaks gotten 5 hits in one game, and he said no.
Oh.
So a couple times this year we've had guys have
Close.
4 hits,
Yeah.
come close.
And like reach 5 times, but
Oh
interesting.
yeah, we've had guys reach 5 times.
Yeah, but nobody.
Nope, not a 5-hit game.
That one's bounced. Durfee will get over the third. I wonder if he's seen anybody reach base 6 times like Daudet did that one game.
Designated hitter number 21.
We should ask him after the game, and then he's gonna say, "No, that hasn't happened either." Zach did it
Or it'll be
earlier.
like,
He's gonna-
right here,
"Oh."
Joey. You're like, oh. I believe that's Tonnery warming up in the bullpen just by a look of his height. Can't see his number, but looks like somebody who's 6'9" thrown down there in the bullpen. Big group meeting on the mound. It's the pitching coach comes out after back-to-back walks out of the pen for Griffin. Oaks trail 12-6, but they're only being out-hit 8-7. So once again, it's a game of runs, not hits.
Yeah, the Foresters have just gotten the hits when they mattered. The 3-run bomb by Cash earlier. After a couple walks, their first hit of the first inning was a 3-run homer. And then the 2-run bomb last inning. It's just been good timely hitting for the Foresters after some sloppy defense from the Oaks.
Austin, can you watch any game? Pull up the Oakland, por favor. Okay, now I'm mute. Now I'm mute.
1-0 now to Salgado. That one Gets the outside part of the plate for strike one.
Salgado had a sacrifice fly last time up. Just sneaking in there at the plate.
Back pick attempt on Durfee. He's back in there safely.
Ooh.
His run back tries to do a Durfee to Durfee.
Run back really letting it fly today. Showing off the arm. Gotten a couple guys. He's got an arm too.
Karliner on first, Durfee on third, Salgado in the box. So shoot that to left.
What?
That one just stayed up. Came off the bat at 99 miles per hour. Salgado laced that one to left, but did not die as it just went right into the grasp of Hunter Ensley out there and left. And be a pitching change with the righty coming up as Bill Pintard slowly makes his way out to the mound. We'll be back with, I presume, Zach Tonnery on the mound. Welcome you back now. It is, in fact, Zach Tonnery who's on the mound to face Raul Sandoval. The Oaks still have first and third after Salgado laced one to left, but right to the glove of Ensley over there and left. First pitch misses away to Sandoval. High heat, but missed the zone.
Nothing you can do about that if you're Salgado. That's just part of the game. Stay there, though. Stay hitting the ball 99 miles an hour off the bat, and you'll see the success.
And hitting the ball 99 the other way, too. Not even pulling it. Just such a good piece of hitting from AJ, and unlucky placement on that one.
As Sandoval skies that one out of the shallow right center. Tough play.
Whoa.
Stinson cuts off his right fielder and drops it. So trying to be Superman out there doesn't pay out. And so it's going to be an error on Stinson, which allows another run to come across for the Oaks.
Yeah, they ruled that an error quickly. It's tough.
Yeah.
Stinson had to go a long way there.
Didn't he lay out for it too?
It's a self-committed error.
Okay. Well, sorry, Raul. I was going to give you a hit, but.
Because, I mean, if Stinson's not trying to be Superman out there or doing him, easily makes that play.
Yeah, he does, but that, a mental error doesn't go down in the box score.
That one misses up now to Colin Hynek. He's been seeing the ball real well today. Single, crushed the baseball to center, 98 off the bat. It's a home run pretty much everywhere else. And a walk came around the score. 2-0 to him now.
I wonder if Stinson maybe didn't hear Orduño call him off.
Certainly
That's
possible.
why
Yeah, I
he came in
don't-
so hot.
I have no clue. Shouldn't even be that far over. Strike one now to Hynek.
Communication in the outfield, pretty important.
Yeah.
They just took an error off the board.
There you go.
And added a hit.
Hynek fouls that one back.
There you go, Raul.
RBI single for you, Raul.
Yeah, get your knock.
2-2 now to Hynek. The breaking ball misses up. Counts full. Karliner at second. Sandoval at first. Hynek in the box. Brooks waits on deck. Hynek rung up on strikes.
A long strike three call. The umpire as well. Did you hear that?
He really hung it out there.
Strike three. That's tough.
Bring Jack Brooks to the plate now.
Especially when you don't agree with the call.
Brooks 2 for 2 today. Walked, came around the score in the second, singled in the fourth, and laced the ball to right center field for an RBI double in the sixth. He'll take pitch number 1 up. That one misses down and inside. 2-0 now to Jack Brooks.
Brooks has taken a couple really nice swings today, and that's something you'd love to see translate into future games.
Brooks fouls the 2-0 pitch back. 2-1 the count now.
And of course, he's barreled up those two baseballs, but he's also made a few stellar defensive plays, a couple picks out there on second on tags, on stolen base attempts to help save Brendan Durfee. A couple plays on the run out there. Just excellent defensive work.
So that one misses up. And it looks like we're going to see some shuffling of the defense, as Brendan Durfee is not putting on his catcher's gear right now, but he does have his first baseman's glove in hand. And it looked like, I don't know if Hynek grabbed his catcher's glove or he's just sitting down. Maybe Crandall or Sulak, whoever's down in the pen, is going to come in.
Well, I did see just a few minutes ago Coach Solis motion Sulak to come down from the bullpen. He ran down in the bullpen, had a quick little talk with Solis, and then ran back out there. So that could have been what was said.
Cody Carson will be the next pitcher to come in for the Oaks.
Both Codys coming in together.
Doors will be open for the runner as they go. Brooks off his hands. Karliner has to dance out of the way of that one, and it's a nice little screen by Noah Karliner.
Atta babe.
So he'll laugh
Love
about
it.
that one. As Jack Brooks reached base safely for the 4th time today.
A rare assist in baseball.
Carrillo
Well, a rare offensive assist.
Give him a hit. Give him a hit.
No, that's an error.
I know. I would have liked to see the play, though. Could have been pretty close. Brooksy, a quick guy out of the box.
Such a tough play. The ball's got so much spin, and that's not Kevin Bazell over there at third base.
Might be Hudson White. Strike one, Austin Carrillo now. Carrillo for 4 today.
It is Hudson White at third. And
Is Bazell at second now?
no, that looks like, I think Santos at short. If this is just me, I think that might be Johnny Horvath at second.
Looks like
Strassner?
5?
Yeah, I think that's Strassner.
Austin Strassner.
Is that 5, right? That's
I
what
think
said.
so.
Yeah, 5. Wasn't sure if it was 5 or 6, but I think I agree with Sammy. It looked like it was 5.
1-1 is the count to Strassner.
It was 6.
Sorry to Carrillo.
And Horvath, I played against him in high school.
Austin Carrillo just rolls over one. Strassner gets there, but he's not able to make a play. It's an RBI single for Austin Carrillo.
Station to station.
Just continue to chip away.
Doesn't matter how hard you hit it, as long as they're getting it done.
Tying run at the plate. When you're trying to mount a comeback, that's the goal. Not to take the lead right away, just get the tying run up there. And right now for the Oaks, Gavin Grant is the tying run.
Especially in those large deficits. Just got to slowly chip away. Can't do it all at once. Gavin Grant steps in with the bases loaded. He'll foul that one off to the right side.
It'll be hard for Gavin to tie up the ballgame, though, playing in this ballpark.
Hey, we've seen one out to left already today. Why not make it 2?
It's true. Gavin's left the yard twice this summer.
Foul that one back. 0-2 now to Grant. Grant's 1 for 3 today. Walked, came around the score in the first. RBI single in the second, and then was ruled out at third on a supposed caught stealing that we didn't agree with. Flew out to the left in the fourth, and then was robbed of a hit on a sliding effort from Stinson in center last inning. And he'll drive that one out to center field. Stinson will settle under it for out number 3. The Oaks able to get 2 more back. It's now a 4-run ball game once again. As we'll head now to top of the 8th inning. It will be Cody Carson coming out, and it will be Cody Su. We'll be back once the Foresters come to bat. Strassner will get his first at bat of the game. So Austin Strassner, the new second basener, will step in.
Basener.
Huh?
Basener?
I say basener?
You did.
I definitely thought I said Strassner.
No, you
You
said
said Strassner's the new second basener.
Oh,
Little tongue twister.
yeah. Fouls that one back. Be his first at-bat of the game. One now. Cody Carson enters in.
Strassner goes to Texas A&M, and one of a lot of guys on this roster that plays their college ball in Texas.
Carson gets him way out in front of that off-speed pitch. When was the last time we saw Carson, Josh?
Let's take a look. We last saw Cody Carson July 16th against the Riptide, so
Only been 5 days.
it hasn't been too long. It's only his 5th outing.
Nice pitch.
Backdoor slider in there. Strassner looking.
First base number
No,
32, Gavin
one.
Cash.
Bring Gavin Cash to the plate. He's 2 for 4. He started the game off with an exclamation point as he had the 3-1 home run in the first, which was the last full batter that Donovan Waitman faced before he got injured on the ball 2 pitch to Nate Rumback. He single came around the score in the second as well, but it's been a different story since. Strikeout, fly out, and an error. Well, actually, did they give him a hit? No, they gave him an error. And Cash called off his pitcher on a ball that he had to run 60-plus feet for. He'll line that one. The right will drop in. No, Karliner will get there. He'll turn, fire to second. It's a great throw. It's a double for Gavin Cash as his bat continues to stay hot.
Really good job there by Karliner to cut that ball off before it got into the corner. And good quick turn and throw. Just even a perfect throw there. Cash gets in.
23, Nathan Rumback.
He made the play closer than probably most other people could have.
Yeah, for sure.
There's probably only a few major league players who could even make that play look close.
I can think of one.
Yeah, Mookie guns him.
It's out by 5 feet. Judge is out and right.
Judge
A
probably
real,
pulls his hamstring running over
He
that
also
ball.
plays center now. Only 70 arm strength in the show too. So.
Yeah. Only gold defense too.
Yeah.
Brilliant minds at San Diego Studios.
There goes your
1-1 now
sponsorship with them.
to run back. I don't even want it.
No, yeah, it's only Cam.
Yeah, Cam needs it. Cam's going pro in the show. What do you mean?
Yeah, he just got drafted.
Yeah. Thank you. It's a 1-for-2 day for run back. Takes that pitch up. 2 walks, and then he had the RBI triple. And then struck out looking on 3 pitches where the bat didn't even leave his shoulder against West De La Torre in the 6th.
His triple would have been out in every other ballpark.
So I'll roll over that one. It was also a frustrating one because, as we mentioned earlier, his triple, 95 miles per hour to center, drops. Hynek, 98 mile per hour ball to center, routine flyout.
It's the launch angle.
It's the wind is what it is.
That too, but well, should have been a balk.
Slider misses in, count runs full.
Cody's got to make sure he comes set here. He didn't pause on that pitch.
Check swing, right back to Carson. He'll flip at the first for out number 2.
Romback was lucky that he even got the bat on that ball. Just stuck his hands out.
So bring Griffin Everett to the plate. Walk, bases clearing triple, strikeout, walk, caught stealing.
Yeah, it wasn't a stolen base attempt for Everett. He tried to take second on a pitch in the dirt, and as he usually does, Durfee gunned him.
That one just misses away. It was the second of 3 straight innings where Durfee caught a guy trying to swipe a bag. (2-0) now. It's a yesterday's starting catcher for the CCL South CCL Showcase game. That one misses up. 3-0 now. Hunter Ensley waits on deck. It's a 4-pitch walk to Griffin Everett.
With first base open there, it's not the worst thing in the world, and Carson knows it, even going with a 3-0 breaking ball there to Everett.
Left fielder number 9, Hunter Ensley.
Bring Hunter Ensley to the plate now. He was out on 3 pitches, window shopping in the first, grounded out the third to end the second. Was hit by a pitch, struck out swinging in the 7th. Of the 5 All-Stars in the lineup for the Foresters today, he's the lowest in the order, even though he has the 2nd best batting average out of all of them. A broken bat, Firewood eats up Jack Brooks. Shall allow a run to score.
That's a tough, really tough play from Brooks. Sort of an in-between hop there, broken bat, so it's definitely got some spin on it.
Ruled a hit downstairs.
Yeah. I'd give it a hit. It's a play that, as he continues to develop, he'll make.
That one's hit out to right field. That one's off the wall. Is that by a matter of feet?
Yeah, that one, you know, obviously immediate reaction of the main infield is for a double cut, but Orduño kind of walked out of the box there and was expecting that ball to leave, so he was just rounding first when Karliner picked up the baseball. You know, had they known he wasn't running out of the box, they could have had him at second, but of course, you don't expect that.
And Karliner, for how strong his arm is, he just sailed it past both double cuts.
Yeah.
2 runs in this inning on Cody Carson. Defensively today, except for one little hiccup. He's 2 for 3 today. Double, came around the score, flew out to center, singled with an RBI, came around the score, walked, came around the score. So chop that one. It's gonna be a tough play. Umpire's not going to rule interference. Zach Daudet ran into Orduño. It should be obstruction.
Yeah, if you ran into him, are you kidding? Yeah.
They're going to talk about it right now.
I don't know if it's interference or obstruction. I always can never tell the difference between the two.
Well, you're an umpire.
Yeah, I still don't know the difference. Been doing it for 10 years.
Let's see.
I think only one of them's only on the runner.
Let's see.
They definitely ran into each other. I watched it happen.
I mean, yeah. They
And
crossed.
you don't have to run there. It's not like there's a runner behind him.
I mean, Stinson. With the wheels of Stinson, it probably would have been a hit either way.
That doesn't factor into the decision.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if Albert Pujols or Juan Pierre is running the first there. It's a matter of that Orduno ran into Zach Daudet, and Orduno doesn't have to run the third there. Orduno could have 100% stopped midway to third there. Yeah, there's 2 outs, but it's not like it's a force at third or somebody behind him at first. Somebody just said replay. I don't need a replay. Everybody saw it happen.
Yeah. So right now, you think it's just about interpretation, or do you think
There shouldn't even be a conversation. Stinson should 100% be out. The inning should be over. A runner cannot run into a defender who's trying to make a play. I think we should cue the Jeopardy music downstairs.
Yeah. What? Yeah, he's gonna.
What do you need to tell him?
Well, he's gonna call him out.
Gonna,
Yeah. If you talk to the opposing coach, that
Just call him out and then tell him later.
yeah, Grant. The
Get
Oaks
off
are
the
running
field,
the
Can,
dugout.
can you ask your player if he meant to do that? Come on, guys. What
We're
are we
going to
doing
ask
here?
him if he intentionally ran into the third baseman.
They
If he
still
says
haven't-
yes,
they still haven't made him.
then he's out. If
Yeah.
he says no, then he'll be safe.
The Oaks have left the field, so
They didn't even make a call. That's
yeah, he knows. They all know.
That's
yeah,
'cause
but
everybody
Yeah,
knows.
but you have to make a call.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know why they went to talk to
Oh, you mean
Pintard
the
before they
umpire,
made
right?
the call.
Yeah, I don't know what. Yeah, they haven't told us anything. Yeah. Well,
We'll be back for the bottom of the 8th.
Yep. We'll welcome you back. Zach Daudet steps into the box now. The Foresters' third base coach was ejected as a result of the interference. Not sure what he was complaining about. It was a very obvious decision to make. I don't know why it took 10 hours to decide and then to explain it to Pintard, and then they had to finally get off the field. But Oaks trail by 6 as we head now to Zach Daudet.
And they actually never made a call still. But
Yeah,
they
technically
still
not.
haven't told us. Everyone just ran off the field.
I just know what the ruling was.
Yeah. We're already at the 3.5 hour mark in this ball game, so it's been a long one.
As Daudet bloops that one out to right for a leadoff single. So bring Brendan Durfee to the plate. RBI double for him to start off the day in the first, and a ground out, fly out, and then he came around the score in the 7th. Started the game behind the plate. Now he's playing first. As Durfee flies out to left. Sounded good off the bat, but again, impossible to hit anything out to left, really.
Right fielder, number 31, Noah Carliner.
Bring Noah Karliner to the plate. Karliner is 1 for 2 today. Struck out in the first, walked in the third, singled in the 5th, and walked last inning.
Daudet's taken some really good swings today. His last at bat, he lined out to right field. This time was a very similar swing, but he was able to get it in there. Tonnery's definitely thrown harder than anyone we've seen in today's ball game. It's been at about 93.
Back pick unsuccessful. Two now. Karliner, sorry, we're trying to make sure the score is correct on the scoreboard. Just got dropped down to 13-8 on the scoreboard. We're pretty positive it's 14-8. Karliner strikes out swinging.
Designated hitter number 21, AJ Salgado.
So bring AJ Salgado to the plate. Salgado struck out, grounded into the fielder's choice, flew out to center on a sac fly, and then hit 199 miles per hour off the bat. That one goes foul. Hit 199 miles per hour off the bat. That was caught.
Right at the left fielder.
Yeah.
Call that one an atom ball. Right, Adam? You don't get it?
Yeah, I understand.
I just wasn't laughing.
I get it. I ain't laughing, but I get it.
0-1 now to Salgado. That one misses away.
Wasn't meant to be funny. It was just It's just what it's called.
Just giving something
That's
a
just
name.
what it's called.
I understand. Yeah.
That one misses away as well.
Once again, another sloppy game for both teams. We saw on Sunday in Irvine both teams with 4+ errors. Today now we got both teams with 3 errors at least. The Oaks have 4.
3-1 now to Salgado after Teneri has missed up and away 3 straight times. That one's in the zone. Salgado pops that one to the left side, and just in front of the Oaks dugout as Hudson White's able to make a play there for out number 3. The Oaks unable to bring any across as they'll strand the leadoff single on Zach Daudet at first. We'll be back top 9. Cody Carson coming back out. Are we back? All right, thanks. Cody Carson on the mound.
Sorry, that was a good laugh right there. Make a play, Pintard.
He had his back turned. That was dangerous. That's a bold strategy, Cotton, right there.
That really is.
Guy who just laced the home run can pull one right into the square of your back.
He's got eyes on the back of his head.
So Miguel Santos is 1 for 5 today, but that one is an exclamation point as he was the first guy we've seen this summer hit one out to left field. Over the fence to left field. So he obliterated a baseball just like he did last night in the showcase game. So chop that one right in front of the mound. It's going to be a tough play. Carson turns, fires. It gets past Durfee on a wild throw. So that one's going to be E1 plus some more. Holy cannon.
I thought that pitch was fouled off the foot of Santos, but I guess not.
That'll go down as the 5th error of the day for the Oaks.
Bring Hudson White to the plate now. He's over. Sorry, my apologies. 1 for 5 today. So RBI single on the 5th.
Cody Carson just gets the worst breaks out there on the mound.
That one misses away. Yeah, and Karliner had to also deal with a slew of guys down in the bullpen for the Foresters as all their pitchers stay down there the entire game, and there's a guy pretending the stretch band's nunchucks down there. Sulak keeps that one in front, but it bounces about 10 feet away from home.
Yeah, the pitch was spiked so much that after the Sulak block, it winded up looking like a bunt.
And it looks like Jacob Martinez is down in the bullpen right now for the Foresters. He had Be their 6th pitcher of the game.
Seems that Martinez pitches almost every time we play the Foresters.
Yeah. 3-0 now to Hudson White, and the Foresters had one less day off than we did. They played on Monday against the Riptide. So a lot of pitchers, even with the short rest. Obviously, I don't know how many pitchers they used on Monday, but as Hudson White skies that one to right field. It's going to be a tough play for Noah Karliner as he stopped because he didn't know kind of where he was in relation to the bullpen. That runs the count full now.
Ran a mile on that play.
Yeah, he did. And you hear coaches say all the time, what's the point of running that far if you're not going to lay out? But like Austin said, Noah wasn't sure where he was in the dugout and in the bullpen.
That's going to be a walk for Hudson White.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, I used to have high school coaches.
Could you?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Could you, like, just think about that? Could you imagine if he would have dove for that, he would have been like 3 feet short. Just face plants into the ground.
Well, he wouldn't have. If he was like knew where he was in the field and was able to run the whole time. But yeah, I see what you're. Yeah.
Austin Strasner steps in now. He'll take ball 1 as Cody Carson's struggling to locate the zone a little bit. Carson did strike out Strasner last inning over the first batter that he faced. Got Strasner looking on a backdoor slider. That's what he goes with there, but that one just misses.
There's nobody going down in the Oaks bullpen, so it looks like they're going to ride Carson here in the 9th.
Yeah, obviously want to be conservative. Already the 5th pitcher of the game for the Oaks. That one to Durfee at first, eats him up. He'll just go to first for 1 out. Santos comes around the score there, just brings Gavin Cash to the plate. He's having himself quite a day. 3 for 5.
Triple shy of the cycle.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it. Cash skies that one. I don't even see where it went. But Gavin Grant did. For number 2.
Good job there by Gavin. Calling that ball early, seeing it off the bat, and making sure everyone else gets out of the way to allow him to make that play.
Catcher number 23, Nathan Rumbach.
Let's bring Nathan Rumbach to the plate now. 2 walks, a triple, strikeout looking on 3 pitches, ground out the pitcher on a check swing.
I'd probably distracted Carson on that pitch as he was getting ready to throw. A ball came in from the bullpen, and the on-deck batter yelled, "Ball, ball, ball," and it was too late. Carson had already delivered.
That one misses down in the dirt. Sulak keeps it close, but he doesn't throw. (2-0) now.
That's now twice where Cody Sulak has made a really good stop behind the plate, but in vain where the runner's still advanced. They've just bounced too far away.
Just been the rotation from Carson out there. Just Taking large deflections. That one, a one-hopper to Grant. He'll gather, he'll fire. Layout number 3. So the Oaks will come to bat. Chasing 7. We'll be back, bottom 9. It'll be the bottom third of the order due up. Sandoval, Stulak, Jack Brooks. I'll welcome you back, and Josiah Chavez is actually going to pinch hit now for Raul Sandoval. And it is Jacob Martinez who comes in. The 6th pitcher of the day for the Foresters. It's a ball 1 to Chavez.
Including today, there will now be half of Jacob Martinez's appearances are against the Oaks. This will be his 4th time against the Oaks and 8 appearances this summer.
Wow. That one misses down to another Chavez. 3 hours and 45 minutes into this ball game.
Which, honestly, after an hour and 20 minutes through 2 is not bad.
Chavez drives that
That's
one out
gone.
to right field. Welcome to the ball game, Josiah Chavez. Goodbye, baseball.
God, he's been swinging the bat super well lately.
Yeah, Chavez has been really ambushing fastballs. Got into a fastball count there, 2-0, and just turned on a baseball, hits it over the fence.
Yeah, fastball wasn't even in the zone. It was up and out of the zone, but doesn't matter to Josiah. How far was that?
It was 366 feet, exit velo of 90, so technically, as we've declared, a hard hit baseball in the CCL. That one misses up to Cody Sulak for ball 1, and Chavez just kind of turned on that pitch. Looked like it was up in the zone a little bit too. But he's, like Josh said, he's been doing it batting practice every single day. Him and Durfee have a competition. That one
Whoa,
called
whoa,
strike.
whoa.
Not sure.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Sure how.
whoa, whoa,
Can we get the pitch
whoa,
location on
whoa,
that,
whoa.
Cam? It was a strike.
Does it factor in?
I know, Sammy.
That is true.
Yeah.
Is it like just a standard strike zone?
Yeah.
Like, or does it adjust? No offense to Cody Sulak.
it's a
Not the
standard.
tallest person on the team. Yeah, so it definitely was not a strike, Cody Sulak. So foul that one away. Yeah, it's funny watching Chavez and Durfee. They're not in the same group for BP right now, but they always like talk about it. Durfee crushed one off the netting. Salgado cleared the netting about like 5 feet above it today.
What?
Yeah.
Excuse me?
He obliterated the baseball today. As Sulak pops that one out to shallow center field. Could be a tough play, but Ensley ends up getting that one. Yeah, I was out there and right. And I didn't even see where it landed. It went it might have landed in the tennis courts.
Who's throwing BP today?
I wasn't really paying attention too much. I saw Raymer was throwing.
Because I was about to say, I feel like Raymer, like they just crush off Raymer.
I think Dave might have got in there for a round. I don't know. I was more saying hello to the guys after a few days off.
Wow.
And also, it's very muddy out in the outfield, so I was
It
just
is?
getting annoyed with that too.
Ew.
I was waiting for something to happen where a baseball landed in the left center gap, but Josh Stinson catches every one of those except for Jack Brooks. But the baseball literally during BP when they drop, it literally just dies because it's muddy like all the way from the Kalu championship banners out there all the way to like the piece of fencing to the right of the 400 sign out there. And there's like a spot too, like you can kind of see it in shallow right too. I don't know what's going on.
Brutal. To play defense out there then. Feel like you're stuck out there.
2-1 now to Jack Brooks, who he did lace a double into right center earlier in the ball game. 2-2 to him now. Brooks, he's seen the ball well today. Walk, single, double. Reached on a little set screen play by Karliner. Brooks swings and misses at strike 3 for out number 2. So bring Austin Carrillo up. Never mind, it's Zach Crandall.
Zach Crandall.
Probably more just not wanting to give Martinez another lefty matchup.
Would this be the first game in this series where the home team hasn't won?
Yep. Two-0 now to Crandall.
For the coach that gets ejected, does he like take the bus with them? Do you think he's just waiting behind the dugout?
Yeah. They just have to leave the field. Or leave the stadium, my apologies.
He's just chilling in the parking lot.
Yeah, well, the coach that got ejected last year just went and sat by the pool.
Should have just taken a dip.
It's Crandall, green light, 3-0, because why not? Fouls that one back.
Crandall's also another one of those guys who obliterates baseballs during BP.
They should get Cam out there to throw BP. There'd be bombs everywhere.
Wow, that was rude. Drilled strike 2. Just going to take that? I would hope so. I didn't play high school
You
baseball.
wouldn't strike me out, Cam. No.
Oh, Lord. Crandall rung up there. Not sure if that was strike 3 or rough night there. Oaks fall 15-9 to the Forsters in the first game back from the All-Star break. Next 3 games will all be at home here. We'll have back-to-backs against the San Luis Obispo Blues
tomorrow and Saturday, and then we'll host the Arroyo Seco Saints on Sunday. Next 2 games, of course, at 4 o'clock. We'll see you guys then for Conejo Oaks broadcast. Austin Gregory, Josh Mechanic, Sammy Holiday, and Cameron Deck. We'll see you guys tomorrow.